Welcome to The Black Camel, a Charlie Chan mystery by the Glitch Bureau. This book introduced the exotic Hawaiian setting at Waikiki Beach in 1929. Hollywood actress Sheila Feain arrives after filming in Tahiti, torn between her career and a proposal from wealthy suitor Alan Janes. She consults enigmatic psychic Tarnavo, a fortune teller with a mysterious past. Chapter 1, Morning at the Crossroads. The sun rose over Waikiki Beach, painting the sky with hues of pink and gold. The gentle sound of waves caressing the shore was a soothing symphony, yet for Sheila Feain, peace was elusive. Fresh from the vibrant landscapes of Tahiti, she found herself at a crossroads, torn between the allure of Hollywood and the sincerity of Alan Jane's proposal. As she strolled along the beach, the sand warm beneath her feet, Sheila's thoughts were a tangled web of ambition and affection. Her heart pulled in two directions. She sought clarity from Tarnavo, a psychic whose reputation was as mysterious as his past. His words, though cryptic, resonated with an unsettling truth. "Beware the shadows of yesterday," he warned, his eyes reflecting a depth of knowledge that sent a shiver down her spine. Adding to her unease was the unexpected arrival of flowers from her ex-husband. The bouquet, though beautiful, carried a weight of unspoken intentions. Was it a gesture of reconciliation or a reminder of a past she wished to leave behind? The question lingered, casting a shadow over her thoughts. Determined to confront her uncertainties, Sheila decided to host a dinner party at her beach pavilion. The evening promised a blend of glamour and tension, a gathering of Hollywood elites and local personalities. Unbeknownst to her, this decision would set the stage for a night filled with intrigue and suspense, where every guest harbored secrets and every glance held potential danger. As the morning sun climbed higher, Sheila stood at the brink of a decision that would change everything, unaware of the storm gathering on the horizon. Waikiki Beach in 1929 was a place of enchantment, where the golden sands met the azure waves of the Pacific Ocean under the watchful eye of Diamond Head. This iconic volcanic crater provided a dramatic backdrop to a scene that was both serene and vibrant, a perfect setting for the unfolding mystery in The Black Camel, a Charlie Chan mystery. As the sun rose, casting a kaleidoscope of colors across the sky, Waikiki was alive with the gentle rustle of palm trees swaying in the trade winds and the rhythmic crash of waves against the shore. The air was thick with the scent of tropical flowers, a fragrant reminder of Hawaii's lush beauty. The local marketplace buzzed with the lively chatter of vendors and tourists, their voices mingling with the soft strumming of ukuleles and the distant call of a conch shell. This was a place where cultures converged, where the ancient traditions of the islands met the modern allure of the burgeoning tourist industry. It was into this exotic setting that Sheila Feain, a Hollywood starlet fresh from filming in Tahiti, arrived with a swirl of emotions and a suitcase full of dreams. Sheila Feain's entrance was nothing short of cinematic. As she stepped off the boat, her presence immediately commanded attention. She was a vision of glamour, her eyes hidden behind oversized sunglasses, her lips painted a bold crimson that matched the hibiscus flowers in her hair. Yet beneath this polished exterior lay a woman torn between two worlds. Her career in Hollywood was on the rise, yet she was faced with a life-altering decision, a proposal from her wealthy suitor, Alan Janes. This internal conflict was palpable, a storm of uncertainty and anticipation that mirrored the ocean's restless waves. As Sheila made her way through the bustling streets of Waikiki, the cultural tapestry of Hawaii unfolded around her. The vibrant colors of the leis, the intricate patterns of traditional Hawaiian quilts, and the rich aroma of roasted coffee beans from the Kona region provided a sensory feast that contrasted sharply with the personal drama she was experiencing. It was in this setting, amidst the sensory overload, that Sheila sought the guidance of Tarnavo, an enigmatic psychic known for his cryptic predictions and shadowy past. Tarnavo was a figure of intrigue, his presence both unsettling and captivating. He was a man who seemed to know more than he let on, his eyes holding secrets as deep as the ocean itself. Sheila found herself drawn to him, hoping that his insights could offer clarity in her time of turmoil. However, the warnings he delivered were anything but comforting. His words, laced with foreboding, hinted at dangers lurking beneath the surface of her glamorous life. These cryptic messages left Sheila, and indeed the readers, on edge, introducing an element of suspense that would permeate the narrative. As Sheila navigated the vibrant streets, she received a delivery that sent a chill down her spine, a bouquet of flowers from her ex-husband. This gesture, seemingly innocent, was laden with meaning. It was a blend of tenderness and threat, a reminder of past entanglements that refused to fade away. The flowers were a prelude to the intrigue that would soon unfold at her dinner party, a subtle hint of the danger that loomed on the horizon. The decision to host a dinner party at her beach pavilion was a bold one, yet it was a decision that Sheila made with resolve. She envisioned an evening of glamour and sophistication, a gathering of Hollywood elites and local dignitaries under the starlit Hawaiian sky. Yet beneath the surface, there was an undercurrent of tension, a sense that this gathering would be more than just a social event. It would be the setting for revelations and confrontations, a stage where secrets would be unveiled and destinies intertwined. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the beach, Sheila stood on the veranda of her pavilion, gazing out at the ocean. The sound of the waves was a constant, soothing presence, yet her mind was a whirl of thoughts and emotions. She was at a crossroads, caught between the allure of her career and the promise of a life with Alan James. It was a decision that would shape her future, yet it was one that she could not make alone. The cryptic warnings of Tarnavo echoed in her mind, a reminder that fate often had its own plans. As the guests began to arrive, the atmosphere was electric with anticipation. The pavilion was a picture of elegance, adorned with twinkling lights and fragrant blooms. The sound of laughter and clinking glasses filled the air, yet beneath the surface, there was a sense of unease. Sheila moved through the crowd with practiced grace, yet her mind was elsewhere, her thoughts consumed by the choices that lay before her. The introduction of Tarnavo to the guests added an element of mystery to the evening. His presence was both a source of fascination and discomfort, his reputation as a psychic lending an air of intrigue to the proceedings. As he mingled with the guests, offering cryptic insights and enigmatic predictions, the tension in the room began to build. It was clear that this was more than just a social gathering. It was a pivotal moment, a turning point in the lives of those present. The evening reached its crescendo when Sheila received another delivery, a letter from her ex-husband, its contents a mystery. This unexpected twist added a layer of complexity to the evening, a reminder that the past was never truly behind her. As she read the letter, her expression shifted from curiosity to concern, a subtle change that did not go unnoticed by those around her. As the night wore on, the atmosphere grew more charged, the undercurrents of tension becoming more pronounced. Conversations took on a sharper edge, and glances were exchanged that spoke volumes. It was a night that would be remembered, not just for its glamour and sophistication, but for the events that would unfold in its wake. In the quiet moments before the guests departed, Sheila stood alone on the veranda, the sound of the waves a comforting presence. She was a woman caught between two worlds, her future uncertain yet full of possibility. The cryptic warnings of Tarnavo lingered in her mind, a reminder that the path she chose would not be without its challenges. Yet in that moment, she felt a sense of peace, a certainty that whatever lay ahead, she would face it with courage and resolve. As the final guests departed, the pavilion fell silent, the only sound the gentle lapping of the waves against the shore. It was a moment of calm before the storm, a brief respite before the events of the evening would be overshadowed by the intrigue and danger that lay ahead. For Sheila Feain, the night was far from over. It was only just beginning. Waikiki Beach in 1929 was a tapestry of vibrant colors and exotic sounds, a place where the whispers of the ocean mingled with the rustle of palm leaves swaying in the gentle breeze. The sun cast a golden glow over the sands, painting a picture of paradise that drew people from all corners of the globe. It was here, amidst this idyllic setting, that Hollywood actress Sheila Feain arrived, fresh from the sun-drenched shores of Tahiti, her presence as striking as the landscape itself. The moment Sheila stepped onto the beach, she was enveloped by the intoxicating scent of plumeria and the distant echoes of ukuleles strumming a mellow tune. Her heart was a tumultuous sea, torn between the glittering allure of her career and the earnest proposal of Alan Janes, a wealthy suitor whose affections promised stability and comfort. Yet beneath her poised exterior, Sheila was a woman at a crossroads, facing a dilemma that would shape her future. To seek clarity, Sheila turned to Tarnavo, an enigmatic psychic whose reputation for piercing the veil of the future was well known in the islands. Tarnavo's presence was as mysterious as his past, a man whose eyes seemed to hold secrets untold. As Sheila sat across from him, the room filled with the scent of incense, she couldn't shake the feeling that the answers she sought were within reach, yet cloaked in shadows. "The path you walk is lined with choices," Tarnavo intoned, his voice a smooth blend of authority and mystique. "But beware, for not all who smile are friends, and not all who frown are foes." Sheila listened intently, her thoughts swirling with the cryptic warnings. These words, though elusive, resonated deeply, stirring a sense of unease that she couldn't quite place. It was then that a delivery arrived, a bouquet of flowers, their petals vibrant yet unsettling. They were from her ex-husband, a man whose intentions were as unpredictable as the Hawaiian weather. The flowers, accompanied by a note that hinted at a past unresolved, only added to the air of suspense. Sheila felt a chill despite the warmth of the day, a premonition that lingered like a shadow. Determined to confront her fears and perhaps find some semblance of peace, she decided to host a dinner party at her beach pavilion, inviting a collection of Hollywood elites and local personalities. The evening of the party arrived with a gentle breeze carrying the scent of the ocean. The pavilion was a spectacle of glamour, a reflection of Sheila's world, a world teetering between the dazzling lights of Hollywood and the tranquil beauty of Hawaii. Guests arrived in a flurry of silk and laughter, their conversations punctuated by the clinking of glasses and the soft strains of a jazz band playing in the background. Yet beneath the surface, tension simmered. As the evening unfolded, Sheila found herself confiding in a close friend about her lingering fears tied to the unsolved murder of Denny Mayo, a fellow star whose death 3 years prior had cast a long shadow over Hollywood. "It's as if a part of him never left," she whispered, her voice barely audible over the music. "And now I feel that shadow here, with us." Her words hung in the air, a reminder of the darkness that often lurked behind the glamour. As the night progressed, jealousies and strange behaviors began to emerge among the guests, each interaction tinged with a hint of suspicion. It was as if the very air was charged with an undercurrent of danger, an unseen force that threatened to unravel the facade of the evening. And then, as the clock inched towards midnight, the unthinkable happened. Sheila was found stabbed to death in her pavilion, a chilling echo of the past. The Black Camel of death had knelt unbidden at her gate, leaving behind a scene of chaos and disbelief. The guests, once vibrant and carefree, were now shrouded in shock and fear, their lives irrevocably altered by the tragedy that had unfolded under the Hawaiian stars. In the aftermath, the exotic allure of Waikiki seemed to dim, the vibrant colors muted by the shadow of Sheila's untimely demise. Yet, amidst the sorrow and confusion, the stage was set for Detective Inspector Charlie Chan, whose keen mind and gentle humor would soon unravel the mystery that lay hidden beneath the sands of time and the whispers of the past. The arrival of Charlie Chan marked the beginning of a journey into the heart of darkness, where secrets long buried would be brought to light, and justice would find its way through the labyrinth of lies and deceit. As the investigation unfolded, the exotic Hawaiian setting, once a backdrop of beauty and allure, became a canvas upon which the complexities of human nature were painted with bold strokes of truth and revelation. The lush Hawaiian flora seemed to close in around Sheila Feain as she made her way up the narrow path to Tarnavo's bungalow. The vibrant colors of the hibiscus and plumeria were almost overwhelming, their sweet scents mingling with the earthy aroma of the forest floor. Yet there was something in the air, a sense of foreboding that clung to her as tightly as the humidity. It was as if the very island was holding its breath, waiting for what was to come. As Sheila reached the entrance, she paused, taking a moment to steady herself. The bungalow was secluded, far removed from the bustling energy of Waikiki Beach, and it exuded an aura of mystery. The wooden door creaked open, revealing a dimly lit interior where shadows danced across the walls, cast by the flickering light of candles. The rich scent of incense wrapped around her, thick and heady, as she stepped inside. Tarnavo awaited her, seated at a small table draped in deep purple fabric. His presence was commanding, his eyes sharp and penetrating, seeming to see beyond the surface. Sheila felt exposed under his gaze, her glamorous exterior a thin veneer over the turmoil within. She hesitated, then sat opposite him, the table a narrow divide between their worlds. "Welcome, Miss Feain," Tarnavo said, his voice smooth and resonant. "You seek answers, do you not?" Sheila nodded, her fingers tracing the edge of the tablecloth. "I do, but I'm not sure I'm ready for what I might find." Tarnavo leaned forward slightly, his expression inscrutable. The truth often waits in shadows, reluctant to be revealed, yet it is the only path to clarity. The room seemed to close in around them as Tarnavo began to speak, his words weaving a tapestry of riddles and metaphors. He spoke of the Black Camel of death, a foreboding symbol that loomed large in Sheila's mind. It was a harbinger, he explained, a sign that danger was near. Sheila shuddered involuntarily, the weight of his words settling heavily upon her. As the consultation unfolded, Tarnavo's insights cut through the layers of Sheila's defenses. He touched upon her recent past, her time in Tahiti, where the sun had seemed brighter and her heart lighter. But those were fleeting moments, overshadowed by the choices that now pressed upon her. Her whirlwind romance with Alan Janes, a man of wealth and influence, offered a future of security, yet it was a future clouded by the unresolved specters of her past. "There is a shadow from the past," Tarnavo intoned, his gaze unwavering. "It threatens your future happiness." Sheila's breath caught in her throat. She knew he referred to her ex-husband, a man whose presence lingered like a ghost at the edges of her life. And then there was Denny Mayo, the Hollywood star whose unsolved murder 3 years prior had left a stain on her soul. Sheila had been close to him, perhaps too close, and the whispers of scandal had never truly faded. "What do you see?" Sheila asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "I see a path," Tarnavo replied, his eyes narrowing, "but it is fraught with peril. You must tread carefully." The conversation was interspersed with moments of silence, each pause pregnant with meaning. Tarnavo's words were both comforting and unsettling, offering glimpses of hope even as they hinted at the darkness that lay ahead. Sheila felt as if she were standing on the precipice of a great chasm, the ground beneath her feet crumbling away. Images flashed through her mind. Her arrival in Hawaii, the vibrant energy of Waikiki Beach, the surf crashing against the shore. Yet these were overshadowed by memories of her ex-husband's flowers, delivered with a note that spoke of old ties and unforgotten promises. Sheila had tried to dismiss them, to focus on the present and the dinner party she had arranged at her beach pavilion. But the past was a persistent shadow, refusing to be ignored. Tarnavo's voice drew her back to the present. "The choices you make now will shape your destiny. Remember, the Black Camel kneels unbidden." Sheila rose to leave, her mind a tumult of emotions. The consultation had left her both enlightened and more confused than ever. She felt as if she had glimpsed a truth she was not yet ready to face, a truth that would demand more of her than she was willing to give. As she stepped out into the fading light of day, the air felt cooler, the sense of the island sharper. The path back to reality was fraught with uncertainty, and each step seemed to echo with the weight of Tarnavo's warnings. Sheila knew that the dinner party would be a turning point, a moment when the seeds of intrigue and suspense, sown during this consultation, would begin to bear fruit. The bungalow receded into the distance as she made her way back to the beach, the sound of the ocean a constant companion. Sheila's heart was heavy, her mind racing with possibilities and fears. The encounter with Tarnavo had set the stage for what was to come, and she could not shake the feeling that the Black Camel was already on the move, its shadow falling across her path. In the days leading up to the dinner party, Sheila found herself reflecting on Tarnavo's words, their meaning unfolding like a complex puzzle. She replayed the conversation in her mind, searching for clues that might illuminate the path ahead. But each revelation seemed to lead only to more questions, each answer a doorway to deeper mysteries. Sheila's interactions with Alan Janes became strained, their conversations tinged with an undercurrent of tension. He sensed her distraction, her preoccupation with matters she could not fully explain. Yet he was patient, his affection for her unwavering, even as he struggled to understand the depths of her turmoil. The day of the dinner party arrived with a brilliance that belied the storm brewing beneath the surface. The pavilion was a testament to Sheila's taste and elegance, its decor a reflection of her Hollywood glamour. Guests began to arrive, their laughter and conversation filling the air, a vibrant counterpoint to the unease that lingered in Sheila's heart. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the beach, Sheila surveyed the scene. The evening unfolded with a mix of anticipation and dread, the shadows lengthening as the night wore on. Sheila moved through the gathering, her smile bright but her eyes watchful, ever alert to the undercurrents that swirled around her. The consultation with Tarnavo had been a catalyst, setting events in motion that could not be undone. Sheila was acutely aware of the stakes, the delicate balance between what was and what might be. The Black Camel loomed large in her thoughts, a reminder that death could come at any moment, unbidden and unrelenting. As the evening progressed, Sheila found herself drawn to the edge of the pavilion, her gaze fixed on the horizon. The ocean was a vast expanse of darkness, its surface shimmering under the light of the moon. She felt a profound sense of solitude, a connection to the island that was both comforting and isolating. The night air was cool against her skin, the sound of the waves, a soothing rhythm that lulled her into a momentary peace. Yet even as she stood there, the memory of Tarnavo's words echoed in her mind, a reminder of the uncertainty that lay ahead. Sheila knew that the evening would end with revelations, that the threads of her past and present would weave a tapestry of fate that she could not escape. The consultation had been a turning point, a moment when the path diverged and the future was cast in shadow. As the final guests departed, Sheila lingered in the pavilion, her thoughts a whirlwind of possibilities and fears. The encounter with Tarnavo had left her changed, her perspective altered in ways she could not fully comprehend. The Black Camel was a constant presence, its shadow a reminder of the fragility of life and the inevitability of destiny. In the quiet of the night, Sheila felt a sense of resolve, a determination to face whatever lay ahead with courage and grace. The consultation had been a glimpse into the unknown, a window into a future that was both terrifying and exhilarating. Sheila knew that she would need to draw upon all her strength and wisdom to navigate the path before her, to confront the shadows and embrace the light. The encounter with Tarnavo had set the stage for a journey that would test her in ways she had never imagined, a journey that would ultimately lead her to the truth she sought and the peace she so desperately needed. The sun dipped low over Waikiki Beach, casting a golden glow across the sands that seemed to stretch endlessly into the horizon. It was 1929, and the vibrant culture of Hawaii was a tapestry of sounds, scents, and sights that captivated all who ventured to its shores. Amidst this exotic allure, Hollywood actress Sheila Feain arrived from Tahiti, her mind a tumultuous sea of emotions. She was caught at a crossroads, torn between the glamorous pull of her thriving career and the earnest proposal from her wealthy suitor, Alan Janes. Sheila's arrival was marked by an air of mystery and anticipation. Her presence was like an enigmatic breeze, stirring whispers among those who recognized her from the silver screen. Yet, beneath her poised exterior, Sheila grappled with the conflicting paths before her. The decision weighed heavily on her, and in search of clarity, she turned to an unexpected source of guidance. In a dimly lit room, filled with the scent of incense and the distant sound of waves crashing against the shore, Sheila met with Tarnavo, an enigmatic psychic whose shadowy past added an air of mystery to his already cryptic presence. The atmosphere was surreal, a perfect setting for the tension that hung between them. Tarnavo, with his piercing gaze and enigmatic aura, delivered cryptic warnings that unsettled Sheila further. His words, layered with ambiguity, suggested danger lurking in the shadows and hinted at a fate intertwined with both her past and future decisions. As Sheila left the psychic's abode, the weight of his warnings lingered in her mind, casting a shadow over her thoughts. The reality of her situation became clear when she received an unexpected delivery of flowers from her ex-husband. The gesture, seemingly tender, carried an undercurrent of threat, that Sheila could not ignore. The flowers, exotic and vibrant, served as a symbolic reminder of her past entanglements and the unresolved tensions that still haunted her. This unexpected twist added another layer to Sheila's internal conflict. Her thoughts oscillated between the allure of Alan's proposal, the demands of her career, and the haunting specter of her past relationships. This emotional journey was crucial, as it set the stage for her decision to host a dinner party at her beach pavilion, a decision that would ultimately lead to a night filled with intrigue and suspense. The narrative of Sheila's life unfolded against the backdrop of Waikiki's lush beauty and vibrant culture, drawing readers into her world. The storytelling tone remained immersive and engaging, with each event building upon the last, creating a seamless bridge to the subsequent subchapter. As Sheila grappled with her internal struggles, her character grew in depth and complexity. Tarnavo's cryptic warnings and the symbolic gesture of the flowers served as pivotal moments that foreshadowed the unfolding mystery. The plot remained compelling, with readers' curiosity piqued as they eagerly anticipated the intrigue that would unfold at Sheila's dinner party. In this subchapter, the storytelling tone captured the essence of the narrative, ensuring that readers remained engaged and eager to uncover the mysteries that lay ahead. The exotic setting of Waikiki Beach in 1929 provided a captivating backdrop for Sheila's emotional journey, adding depth and richness to the tale. As the sun set over Waikiki, casting long shadows across the sands, Sheila Feain stood at the crossroads of her life, her mind a whirlwind of emotions. The cryptic warnings and flowers served as reminders of the choices she faced, and as she prepared for her dinner party, she knew that the night would bring revelations and decisions that would forever alter the course of her life. The stage was set for a tale of mystery and suspense, with Sheila's internal conflict serving as the driving force behind the narrative. The exotic allure of Waikiki Beach provided the perfect backdrop for this captivating story, drawing readers into a world of intrigue and emotion. As Sheila prepared for her dinner party, the tension in the air was palpable. The guests would soon arrive, bringing with them their own secrets and desires, adding to the complexity of the evening. The narrative flowed logically, with each event building upon the last, creating a seamless bridge to the subsequent subchapter. The characters remained authentic, with Sheila's growth and internal struggles adding depth to her portrayal. Tarnavo's cryptic warnings and the symbolic gesture of the flowers served as pivotal moments that foreshadowed the unfolding mystery, ensuring that the plot remained compelling and the reader's curiosity piqued. This subchapter was essential as it deepened the emotional complexity of the narrative, introduced key elements of suspense, and set the stage for the intrigue that would unfold at Sheila's dinner party. It captured the essence of the storytelling tone, ensuring that readers remained engaged and eager to uncover the mysteries that lay ahead. As the final preparations for the dinner party were made, Sheila took a moment to reflect on the choices before her. The cryptic warnings and flowers had served as catalysts for her internal conflict, pushing her to confront the realities of her life. The exotic allure of Waikiki Beach provided the perfect setting for this tale of mystery and suspense, drawing readers into a world of intrigue and emotion. The narrative flowed logically, with each event building upon the last, creating a seamless bridge to the subsequent subchapter. The characters remained authentic, with Sheila's growth and internal struggles adding depth to her portrayal. Tarnavo's cryptic warnings and the symbolic gesture of the flowers served as pivotal moments that foreshadowed the unfolding mystery, ensuring that the plot remained compelling and the reader's curiosity piqued. This subchapter was essential as it deepened the emotional complexity of the narrative, introduced key elements of suspense, and set the stage for the intrigue that would unfold at Sheila's dinner party. It captured the essence of the storytelling tone, ensuring that readers remained engaged and eager to uncover the mysteries that lay ahead. As the golden hues of the Hawaiian sunset painted the sky, Sheila Feain stood on the veranda of her beach pavilion, a picture of Hollywood glamour against the serene backdrop of Waikiki's gentle waves. The pavilion, with its blend of opulence and intimacy, was a testament to her star-studded life, yet it bore the subtle charm of the islands. The ocean's rhythmic lullaby harmonized with the rustling palm fronds, creating a symphony that resonated with tranquility, albeit tinged with an undercurrent of tension. Sheila's gaze drifted across the horizon, yet her thoughts were far from the picturesque view. The impending dinner party was not merely a social gathering. It was a carefully orchestrated event shrouded in mystery. Her inner conflict was palpable as she navigated the complexities of her life. The allure of her acting career beckoned with promises of fame and fortune, yet the stability offered by Alan Janes tugged at her heartstrings. His recent proposal lingered in her mind, a beacon of security amidst the chaos of Hollywood. However, Tarnavo's cryptic warnings echoed ominously, casting shadows over her decisions. The flowers from her ex-husband, an unsettling reminder of past entanglements, lay on the table like a specter of unfinished business. As she meticulously curated the guest list, Sheila's strategic intent was evident. Hollywood elites mingled with local Hawaiian figures, each name a thread in the intricate tapestry of her life. These choices were not merely social. They hinted at deeper connections and potential tensions. The list was a delicate balance of professional alliances and personal relationships, a reflection of the dual worlds she straddled. Hints of intrigue began to surface as Sheila finalized the details. A mysterious guest, whose identity remained cloaked in secrecy, was whispered about among the staff, fueling speculation and anticipation. This enigma added a layer of suspense, setting the reader on edge and heightening the atmosphere of expectancy that permeated the evening. During the preparations, Sheila encountered unexpected visitors, each interaction laden with subtext. A fleeting exchange with a local vendor revealed a piece of gossip that piqued her interest, hinting at underlying currents she could not yet fathom. Meanwhile, a brief meeting with Alan Janes underscored the strain in their relationship. His presence was a reminder of the choices she faced, each decision weighted with implications for her future. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the pavilion in a warm, amber glow, Sheila allowed herself a moment of introspection. The emotional crescendo of her thoughts reached a poignant peak as she reflected on her life and the crossroads before her. This moment of vulnerability offered a glimpse into her soul, inviting the reader to connect with her on a deeper level. It was a pause in the narrative that underscored the gravity of her situation and the weight of her decisions. With the final touches placed on the dinner setting, the atmosphere was charged with anticipation. The air was thick with the scent of tropical blooms, mingling with the salty breeze off the ocean, creating an intoxicating blend that promised secrets yet to be revealed. The seamless transition to the dinner party was a bridge to the unfolding events, laden with a sense of inevitability and suspense. Sheila's beach pavilion, with its luxurious appointments and intimate ambiance, was the perfect stage for the evening's drama. The guests began to arrive, their presence a testament to Sheila's influence and the allure of the evening. The blend of Hollywood glamour and local charm was a testament to her ability to navigate both worlds with ease. Yet beneath the surface, tensions simmered. As the guests mingled, the atmosphere was electric with the potential for intrigue. Each interaction was a dance of words and glances, laden with hidden meanings and unspoken truths. The presence of the mysterious guest added an element of suspense, a shadow that loomed over the gathering, fueling speculation and setting the stage for the drama to unfold. Sheila moved through the crowd with practiced ease, her Hollywood charm a mask for the turmoil within. Her interactions were layered with subtext, each conversation a piece of the puzzle that was her life. As she navigated the evening, the weight of her decisions was a constant companion, a reminder of the choices she faced and the paths yet untaken. The dinner party was more than a social gathering. It was a microcosm of Sheila's life, a reflection of the complexities and contradictions that defined her. The blend of glamour and tension, of secrets and revelations, was a testament to her ability to navigate the intricacies of her world with grace and poise. Yet beneath the surface, the undercurrents of her life threatened to pull her under, a reminder of the fragility of her position. As the evening unfolded, the atmosphere was thick with anticipation, the promise of secrets yet to be revealed hanging in the air. The dinner party was a prelude to the events that would follow, a stage set for the mystery to unfold. With each passing moment, the tension built, setting the reader on edge and heightening the sense of inevitability that permeated the narrative. In the quiet moments between the laughter and conversation, Sheila found herself reflecting on the choices she faced. The allure of her career, the promise of stability with Alan, the cryptic warnings from Tarnavo, and the unsettling presence of her ex-husband all weighed heavily on her mind. The dinner party was a turning point, a moment of decision that would shape the course of her life. As the evening drew to a close, the final touches on the dinner setting were a testament to Sheila's attention to detail and her ability to create an atmosphere of elegance and intrigue. The charged air, the scent of tropical blooms, and the promise of secrets yet to be revealed created a sense of anticipation that bridged the gap to the next chapter, setting the stage for the unfolding drama. This chapter is essential in building the emotional and narrative foundation for the events that follow, ensuring that each character's motivations and relationships are clearly established. The stage is set for the mystery to unfold, with Sheila's dinner party as the catalyst for the drama that will ensue. As the reader is drawn into the world of glamour and intrigue, the promise of secrets yet to be revealed creates a sense of anticipation that propels the narrative forward. Chapter 2. The House on the Beach. The evening air at Waikiki Beach was thick with anticipation, as Fein's beach pavilion glittered under the Hawaiian stars. The guest list was a who's who of Hollywood elites mixed with local personalities, each drawn to the allure of Sheila's glamorous world. The pavilion buzzed with laughter and clinking glasses, yet an undercurrent of tension rippled through the crowd. Sheila, radiant and commanding, gathered her guests' attention. "I can't shake the feeling," she confessed, her voice tinged with unease, "that the shadow of Denny Mayo's murder still lingers." Her words hung in the air, a stark reminder of the unsolved mystery that had haunted Hollywood 3 years prior. As the night unfolded, the atmosphere shifted. Jealous glances and whispered conversations hinted at the secrets each guest harbored. Alan Janes, the wealthy suitor, watched Sheila closely, his eyes betraying a mix of love and suspicion. Tarnavo, the enigmatic psychic, remained enigmatic, his gaze inscrutable as he observed the unfolding drama. As the party wound down, the sound of waves crashing against the shore seemed to echo the night's growing tension. It was then, in the quiet hours, that the unthinkable happened. Feain was found lifeless, her body a silent testament to the Black Camel of death that had arrived unbidden. The discovery sent shockwaves through the pavilion, transforming a night of glamour into one of horror. The guests, once merry, now faced a chilling reality. With Sheila's murder, the shadows of the past had returned, setting the stage for a mystery that demanded unraveling. The sun dipped gracefully beyond the horizon, casting a golden glow over Waikiki Beach, as the gentle hum of the ocean whispered secrets to the sands. In this enchanting setting of 1929, the air was thick with anticipation and the scent of plumeria, as Hollywood's glitterati gathered at the opulent beach pavilion of Feain. The actress, fresh from the exotic shores of Tahiti, had orchestrated a dinner party that promised glamour, yet beneath the surface, tension simmered like the volcanic heart of the islands themselves. The pavilion, an architectural marvel, stood like a beacon against the twilight sky. Its open-air design allowed the tropical breeze to weave through the room, mingling with the laughter and clinking of glasses. Guests arrived in waves, each more dazzling than the last, their attire a testament to Hollywood's opulence. Among them were directors, actors, and a smattering of local dignitaries, each with their own secrets and ambitions. As the evening unfolded, Sheila, with her flaxen hair and enigmatic smile, moved through the crowd like a queen holding court. Yet, beneath her composed exterior, she was a woman at a crossroads. Torn between the allure of her career and a proposal from Alan Janes, a wealthy suitor whose affection was as persistent as the island's surf, Sheila's mind was a whirlpool of indecision. Adding to her turmoil was Tarnavo, an enigmatic psychic with a past as shadowy as the night. His presence at the party was both a curiosity and a spectacle, his dark eyes promising insights that danced on the edge of the supernatural. Earlier that day, Sheila had sought his counsel, hoping for clarity, but receiving only cryptic warnings that left her more unsettled than before. The dinner party was a tableau of elegance. Tables adorned with orchids and flickering candles reflected the moonlit waves beyond. As the guests settled into their seats, the conversation ebbed and flowed, punctuated by bursts of laughter and the clinking of cutlery. Yet an undercurrent of unease threaded through the evening, a tension that crackled like static in the humid air. As the courses progressed, Sheila found herself confiding in a select few about her lingering fears. The unsolved murder of her fellow star Denny Mayo, 3 years prior in Hollywood, loomed large in her thoughts. She spoke in hushed tones, her voice carrying the weight of unresolved grief and fear. The murder had been a scandal, a mystery that had left scars on those who knew him, and for Sheila it was a specter that refused to be exorcised. Among the guests, jealousies simmered and strange behaviors began to surface. Alan Janes, with his piercing gaze, watched Sheila intently, his eyes a mix of adoration and frustration. Nearby, a director whispered conspiratorially with a starlet, their words lost to the night, but their intent clear in the furtive glances they cast around the room. Even Tarnavo, with his inscrutable demeanor, seemed to hold secrets that danced just beyond reach. As the evening wore on, the tension reached a crescendo. The laughter grew brittle, the conversations more guarded. It was as if the very air had thickened, pressing down on the guests with an invisible weight. The Black Camel of death, a metaphor often used to describe the inevitability of fate, seemed to hover at the edge of the gathering, its presence felt but unseen. Late into the night, as the guests began to disperse, the unthinkable happened. Sheila was found stabbed to death in her pavilion, her lifeless body a tragic end to an evening that had promised so much. The news spread like wildfire, the glamour of the night shattered by the brutal reality of her murder. The pavilion, once a place of beauty and laughter, was now a crime scene, the Black Camel having knelt unbidden. The guests, who had moments before been reveling in the evening's splendor, were now suspects in a murder investigation that promised to unravel the secrets and lies that had been woven into the fabric of Hollywood's elite. In the aftermath, as the moon cast a somber light over the scene, the realization settled in. The glamorous gathering had been a facade, a veneer of sophistication masking the darker currents that ran beneath. The tension that had simmered throughout the evening had erupted into violence, leaving a mystery as deep and unfathomable as the ocean itself. As the first light of dawn began to touch the horizon, the investigation into Sheila's murder would begin. The guests, once united by their shared world of Hollywood, were now bound by suspicion and fear. The Black Camel had come, and with it, a mystery that would challenge even the most astute detective. Thus, the stage was set for Charlie Chan, Honolulu's famed detective, to step into the spotlight. Known for his keen intellect and gentle humor, Chan would navigate the tangled web of motives and alibis, seeking justice for Sheila Feain in a world where glamour and danger walked hand in hand. The evening was nothing short of enchanting. Sheila Feain's beach pavilion stood as a testament to her impeccable taste, adorned with delicate lanterns that cast a soft glow over the gathering. The setting sun bathed Waikiki Beach in a golden hue, the kind that seemed to promise eternal beauty and endless possibilities. Yet, beneath this serene facade, a current of unease rippled through the air, as gentle waves whispered secrets to the shore and a distant ukulele strummed a melody that was both soothing and haunting. Among the guests milling about were some of Hollywood's finest, and a smattering of local personalities, each drawn to Sheila's party by the allure of her celebrity and the intrigue of her mysterious aura. There was Alan Janes, the wealthy suitor whose eyes followed Sheila with a mix of admiration and something darker, perhaps jealousy. Directors and actors mingled with local business magnates, each carrying their own stories and secrets. The air was thick with laughter and clinking glasses, yet each introduction carried a hint of something unsaid, a shadow lurking behind polite smiles. Sheila moved among her guests with the practiced grace of a star, her laughter bright but slightly brittle, betraying an inner turmoil. More often than not, her gaze would flit to the shadows, as if expecting something or someone to emerge. It was the unsolved murder of Denny Mayo that haunted her thoughts, a specter from Hollywood's past that seemed to cast its long shadow even here, in this island paradise. Despite her attempts to maintain a glamorous facade, the anxiety was evident in the way her fingers occasionally trembled as she lifted her glass. As the evening wore on, Sheila gathered a select group of her most trusted friends and confidants into a more intimate corner of the pavilion. The sound of the ocean served as a soothing backdrop as she began to speak, her voice low and trembling with emotion. "I must confess," she began, her eyes scanning the faces of those she trusted most. "I am afraid." She paused, drawing a breath as if to steady herself. "Denny Mayo's murder. I fear it is connected to me, to us. I believe the killer may be someone close, perhaps even among us tonight." The confession hung in the air, heavy and unsettling. Sheila recounted a series of unsettling incidents, her voice growing more urgent with each revelation. Cryptic messages had been arriving, and the recent delivery of flowers from her ex-husband felt more like a threat than a gesture of goodwill. Her words were met with a mix of disbelief and concern, the guests exchanging nervous glances. Some dismissed her fears as paranoia, but others, like Alan Janes, showed visible concern, though doubt flickered in his eyes. The tension among the guests was palpable, a living thing that seemed to pulse with its own energy. As Sheila's confession settled over the gathering, subtle jealousies and rivalries began to surface. A director made a snide remark about a rival's recent success, while an actress whispered conspiratorially with a local businessman, their heads bent close together. The atmosphere grew charged, each guest seemingly harboring their own secrets, their own motives. The evening's ominous tone deepened, a sense of impending doom casting a long shadow over the pavilion. Sheila, visibly shaken, retreated to a quiet corner, her mind racing with thoughts of danger, betrayal, and the Black Camel of death, a metaphor that had haunted her since the murder of Denny Mayo. The narrative hinted at the tragedy to come, the sense that the evening's revelations were but a prelude to something far darker. As the guests dispersed into the night, the scene transitioned seamlessly into the next chapter of this unfolding mystery. The aftermath of Sheila's confession would soon give way to the shocking discovery of her murder, setting the stage for Detective Charlie Chan's investigation. The Black Camel had indeed knelt at the gates of paradise, and the story would continue with the unraveling of secrets and the pursuit of justice. The evening at Sheila Fein's beach pavilion began with an air of elegance that only Hollywood's elite could muster. The setting sun cast a golden glow over Waikiki Beach, painting a picture of serene beauty that belied the tension simmering beneath the surface. The guests mingled, their laughter mingling with the gentle sound of waves, yet each carried a personal agenda hidden beneath their polished exteriors. Sheila, draped in a gown that shimmered like the ocean at dusk, moved through her guests with a grace that masked her inner turmoil. The unsolved murder of Denny Mayo haunted her thoughts, and tonight she sought answers. Her conversations, though casual on the surface, were carefully crafted probes into the pasts and connections of those around her. Her vulnerability was palpable, a stark contrast to the glamorous facade she presented to the world. Alan Janes, her wealthy suitor, was the first to betray signs of unease. His eyes followed Sheila with a possessiveness that bordered on obsession. Each time she engaged in conversation with another guest, his demeanor shifted, revealing a man battling with insecurities. Alan's wealth and influence could not shield him from the fear of losing Sheila, and it showed in his increasingly irritable behavior. His jealousy was a living thing, coiling around him like a serpent ready to strike. As the evening unfolded, the enigmatic psychic Tarnavo observed the gathering with his characteristic intensity. His presence added a layer of mystery to the proceedings, each cryptic remark and knowing glance hinting at secrets untold. Tarnavo's reputation preceded him, and his insights, though often vague, carried an unsettling weight. To those who knew of his past, his presence was both a comfort and a threat, a reminder of the unseen forces at play. Among the guests was a charming actor, whose ties to Denny Mayo were whispered about but never openly discussed. His interactions with Sheila were tinged with a familiarity that did not go unnoticed by Alan, further fueling the latter's suspicions. Meanwhile, a local socialite known for her penchant for gossip flitted from group to group, her sharp tongue and keen eyes taking in every detail. Her presence was a reminder that in Hollywood, secrets were currency, and she intended to collect as many as possible. The dinner progressed, and with it, the atmosphere shifted. Conversations that began with light banter soon turned into veiled interrogations. The guests, each harboring their own motives, began to exhibit behaviors that were strange and unsettling. The actor, usually the life of the party, grew quiet and contemplative, his gaze often drifting to the shadows beyond the pavilion. The socialite's laughter became brittle, as if she were aware of an impending storm. It was during the main course that the first crack in the evening's veneer appeared. A heated argument erupted between two guests over a seemingly trivial matter, a misplaced glass of wine. Yet the intensity of their exchange suggested deeper, unresolved tensions. The argument acted as a catalyst, bringing to the forefront the jealousies and rivalries that had been simmering beneath the surface. It was a moment of raw emotion that exposed the fractures in relationships and alliances. Sheila, though visibly shaken by the altercation, maintained her composure. Her eyes, however, betrayed a growing sense of dread, as if the argument had confirmed her worst fears. The Black Camel of death, an ominous presence she could not shake, seemed to loom ever closer. As the evening drew to a close, the tension reached a fever pitch. The guests, now more guarded, retreated into their own thoughts, each contemplating the events of the night and their implications. It was in this charged atmosphere that Sheila received an ominous message, delivered discreetly by a waiter. The note, though brief, left her visibly shaken, foreshadowing the tragic events that were to unfold. The message, coupled with the evening's strange behaviors and jealousies, set the stage for the shocking discovery that would follow. Sheila's murder, when it came, would be a culmination of the night's tensions, a tragic end to an evening steeped in mystery and intrigue. This chapter serves as a crucial turning point in the narrative, weaving together the personal dramas and hidden motives of the characters into the larger mystery. It provides the reader with a deeper understanding of the complex relationships at play and the stakes involved. The emotional journey of the characters, coupled with the suspenseful storytelling, ensures that readers are fully engaged, eager to uncover the truth behind the facade. As the guests departed, the sense of impending doom lingered in the air. The Black Camel of death had indeed knelt at Sheila's gate, its shadow darkening the festivities. The evening's events, though seemingly disconnected, were in fact pieces of a larger puzzle, one that would only be solved through careful investigation and insight. The narrative leaves the reader on a suspenseful cliffhanger, with Sheila's ominous message serving as a harbinger of the tragedy to come. It is a masterful blend of character study and mystery, setting the stage for the shocking discovery of Sheila's murder and the subsequent investigation that will unravel the tangled web of secrets and lies. The evening at Sheila Fein's beach pavilion was one that promised enchantment. It was a tapestry of vibrant colors and intoxicating sounds, a perfect reflection of 1929 Hollywood's glitz and glamour, set against the exotic backdrop of Waikiki Beach. Tropical flowers adorned every corner, their sweet fragrance mingling with the salty tang of the ocean breeze. The rhythmic crash of waves provided a natural symphony, underscoring the lively conversations and laughter that floated through the air. Inside, the pavilion buzzed with the energy of its illustrious guests. Hollywood elites mingled with local personalities, their voices weaving tales of the silver screen and island adventures. Sheila Feain, the evening's radiant hostess, moved gracefully among them, her presence commanding yet approachable. Despite her outward poise, a keen observer might have noticed a shadow flicker across her eyes, a hint of the inner turmoil that simmered beneath her glamorous facade. As the night unfolded, Sheila felt the weight of her thoughts pressing down on her. The unsolved murder of Denny Mayo, a fellow star, lingered in her mind like a persistent ghost. Seeking solace, she slipped away from the crowd, finding refuge in a secluded corner of the pavilion. There, she confided in a trusted friend, her voice a whisper tinged with anxiety. She revealed her growing suspicion that someone among the guests knew more about Denny's death than they were admitting. This revelation hung in the air, casting a subtle pall over the festivities. Unaware of Sheila's private conversation, the guests continued to revel, Yet an undercurrent of tension began to ripple through the gathering. Alan Janes, Sheila's wealthy suitor, seemed particularly on edge. His eyes darted suspiciously from one male guest to another, his demeanor possessive. Tarnavo, the enigmatic psychic with a mysterious past, remained aloof, observing the room with a knowing smile that hinted at secrets untold. The pavilion, once a haven of joy, now felt as if it were holding its breath, anticipating an unknown climax. Sheila, determined to maintain the evening's facade of enjoyment, returned to her guests with a renewed sense of resolve. She mingled with practiced ease, her laughter ringing out like a bell. Yet, as the night deepened, an unexpected event shattered the fragile veneer of normalcy. The lights flickered and dimmed, plunging the pavilion into semi-darkness. A collective gasp rose from the crowd, followed by nervous laughter as the lights stabilized. But the momentary darkness left a lingering sense of dread, a premonition of the tragedy to come. In the aftermath of the flickering lights, a scream pierced the night, sharp and chilling. The guests, hearts pounding, rushed toward the source of the sound. There, in the center of the pavilion, lay Sheila Feain, her lifeless body sprawled on the floor. Panic erupted as the realization of her murder sank in, the Black Camel of death having arrived unbidden to claim its victim. The once vibrant pavilion was now a scene of chaos and despair, the air thick with shock and disbelief. Amidst the turmoil, a figure stepped forward with calm authority. Charlie Chan, the astute detective who had been a silent observer throughout the evening, took control of the situation. His sharp eyes surveyed the scene, noting every detail with meticulous attention. He quickly began to organize the guests, instructing them to remain calm and stay put until the authorities arrived. His presence offered a semblance of order, a steady anchor in the storm of emotions that threatened to overwhelm the gathering. As the chaos slowly subsided, Chan's mind was already at work, piecing together the events of the evening. He considered the potential motives and suspects, each guest a possible link in the chain of mystery that surrounded Sheila's death. The discovery of her murder marked a turning point, setting the stage for a thrilling investigation filled with twists and turns. As the guests huddled together, whispering in hushed tones, the seeds of suspicion were sown, each character now a potential suspect in this unfolding drama. To demonstrate the complexity of the situation, consider the dynamics at play. Alan Janes, with his overt possessiveness, might have been driven by jealousy or rejection. Tarnavo, with his cryptic insights and aloof demeanor, seemed to possess knowledge beyond the ordinary. Each guest had their own secrets, their own reasons to hide the truth. The evidence suggests that the answers lay hidden within the tangled web of relationships and past grievances, waiting to be unraveled by Chan's keen intellect. Central to this investigation would be the examination of the clues left behind. The pavilion, now a crime scene, held the key to unlocking the mystery. Chan's methodical approach, his ability to see beyond the obvious, would be crucial in piecing together the puzzle. As he contemplated the events of the evening, he knew that every detail, no matter how insignificant it seemed, could hold the key to solving the case. One thing that becomes clear is the importance of understanding human nature in unraveling the truth. Chan's insights into character, his ability to read between the lines, would be invaluable in navigating the complexities of the investigation. Along the same lines, the interactions between the guests, their behaviors and reactions, would provide vital clues in identifying the murderer. As the night wore on, Chan's mind continued to churn, considering the possibilities. The evidence suggests that the murder was not a random act of violence, but a calculated move by someone with a clear motive. The challenge lay in identifying that motive, in peeling back the layers of deception to reveal the truth. The discovery of Sheila's murder was not just a turning point in the narrative, but a catalyst for change. It forced the characters to confront their own fears and suspicions, to question their relationships and loyalties. For Chan, it was an opportunity to apply his skills and intuition to demonstrate the power of observation and deduction in solving even the most complex of mysteries. In the days that followed, the investigation would unfold, revealing secrets and lies, testing alibis and motives. Chan's gentle humor and famous aphorisms would provide moments of levity amidst the tension, his calm demeanor a reassuring presence in a world turned upside down. As the pieces of the puzzle fell into place, the truth would emerge, bringing justice to Sheila Feain and peace to those left behind. Ultimately, the discovery of Sheila's murder was more than a plot twist. It was a reflection on the nature of human relationships, on the secrets we keep and the lengths we go to protect them. It was a reminder that beneath the surface of glamour and success, there lies a complex web of emotions and motivations, waiting to be uncovered by those with the insight and courage to look beyond the facade. Chapter 3: Flowers for Sheila Feain. The morning sun cast a golden glow over Waikiki Beach, where Detective Inspector Charlie Chan stepped onto the scene with a calm presence that belied the tension surrounding Sheila Feain's untimely death. His eyes, sharp and discerning, fell upon the crushed orchid corsage, a delicate clue whispering secrets of the night before. Nearby, a missing pin and a footprint with a hole in the sole added to the puzzle of the actress's murder. As Chan surveyed the pavilion, he met the eclectic cast of suspects, each intertwined with Hollywood's glitz and shadows. There was Alan Janes, the spurned lover whose proposal Sheila had left unanswered, and Tarnavo, the enigmatic psychic whose insights seemed to dance on the edge of truth and deception. Each suspect carried a motive, a hidden connection to the unsolved murder of Denny Mayo, a specter from Hollywood's past. Chan's approach was methodical, yet his gentle humor and wise aphorisms lightened the gravity of the moment. "The flower that blooms in adversity is the rarest and most beautiful of all," he mused, drawing parallels between the crushed orchid and the tangled lives of those he questioned. His questions probed deeper than surface alibis, seeking the truths hidden beneath layers of glamour and deceit. With each interaction, Chan pieced together the complex web of relationships that surrounded Sheila. His keen observations and insightful queries began to unravel the mystery, revealing that the answers lay not just in the evidence, but in understanding the human heart. As the Hawaiian breeze carried the scent of orchids, Chan knew that the path to justice was as intricate as the lei adorning the island. Picture this. The sun rises over Waikiki Beach, casting a golden hue across the pristine sands as the gentle waves lap at the shore. It's 1929, and the air is filled with the scent of hibiscus and the distant strum of a ukulele. This is the exotic setting where our story unfolds, a place where the allure of paradise masks the shadows of danger lurking just beneath the surface. As the morning light dances across the water, a luxurious ocean liner docks with a quiet majesty, depositing its passengers onto the sunlit shores of Hawaii. Among them is the illustrious Hollywood actress Sheila Feain. Having just completed a film shoot in the idyllic landscapes of Tahiti, Sheila arrives with a heart full of conflicting desires. Her career, a brilliant tapestry of glamour and fame, tugs at her with one hand, while the other is drawn by the promise of a new life offered by her wealthy suitor, Alan Janes. Yet beneath her poised exterior, a storm brews, a tempest of uncertainty and foreboding. In the bustling streets of Honolulu, Sheila seeks the counsel of Tarnavo, an enigmatic psychic known for his mysterious past and uncanny insights. Their meeting is shrouded in an air of mystique, as Tarnavo offers cryptic warnings that echo like a haunting melody in Sheila's mind. "The paths of fate are not always as they seem," he intones, his eyes reflecting a depth of knowledge that seems both ancient and unsettling. As Sheila navigates her inner turmoil, subtle hints of danger begin to weave themselves into her life. A bouquet of flowers arrives, their vibrant colors masking the sinister intent of their sender, an ex-husband who refuses to fade into the shadows of her past. The petals carry a message of unease, a reminder that the past is never truly forgotten. Determined to reclaim some semblance of control, Sheila decides to host a dinner party at her beach pavilion, a gathering that promises glamour and intrigue. The guest list is a mix of Hollywood elites and local personalities, each bringing their own secrets and ambitions to the table. As the sun sets and the pavilion comes alive with laughter and music, the stage is set for a night that will change everything. The dinner party unfolds with an air of opulence, the guests draped in finery that glimmers under the soft glow of lanterns. Yet beneath the surface, tension simmers. Sheila, her laughter a touch too bright, confides in a trusted friend about her lingering fears tied to the unsolved murder of fellow star Denny Mayo 3 years earlier in Hollywood. The memory of his death casts a long shadow, one that stretches across the ocean to touch her here in paradise. As the evening progresses, jealousies flare and strange behaviors emerge, each guest playing a part in the unfolding drama. The clinking of glasses and the murmur of conversation serve as a backdrop to the undercurrents of suspicion and intrigue. And then, as the night deepens, the unthinkable happens. Sheila is found stabbed to death in her pavilion, the Black Camel of death having knelt unbidden at her gate. Enter Charlie Chan, the astute Honolulu police detective inspector, called in to unravel the mystery that shrouds Sheila's demise. With meticulous attention, Chan examines the crime scene, noting the crushed orchid corsage, a missing pin, and a solitary footprint left by a shoe with a hole. Each clue is a piece of a puzzle that seems to link back to the unsolved murder of Denny Mayo. Chan's investigation introduces us to a cast of suspects, each with ties to the glittering world of Hollywood. There's Tarnavo, who claims to possess psychic insights; Alan Janes, the spurned lover whose motives are as murky as the waters of the Pacific; and a host of others, each with their own secrets and potential motives. With his famous aphorisms and gentle humor, Chan probes the depths of human nature, seeking the truth hidden beneath layers of deception. His inquiries reveal connections that span from the sun-drenched beaches of Hawaii to the shadowy backlots of Hollywood, where ambition and jealousy often walk hand in hand. As Chan gathers the suspects, he deftly uncovers their Hollywood connections, each revelation adding a new layer to the mystery. Psychic readings and hidden letters from Denny Mayo further complicate the web of intrigue, shifting suspicion with each new piece of evidence. A beachcomber's shoe, found near the scene, becomes a focal point in Chan's investigation, its presence raising more questions than answers. The action intensifies as Chan navigates chases and confrontations through the rain-soaked streets of Honolulu. Key clues emerge, including a missing watch and Tarnavo's suspicious knowledge of events. The stakes are raised with a cliffhanger, a second attempt on a suspect's life, adding urgency to Chan's quest for the truth. In a tense gathering, Chan reconstructs the crime scene, seating the suspects as they were at the party. His calm logic and keen observations reveal the links between Sheila's murder and the death of Denny Mayo. A dramatic revelation ties Tarnavo's identity to a hidden past, leading to a chase and confrontation that tests Chan's wits and resolve. Ultimately, justice prevails as Chan unmasks the murderer, explaining each clue with his signature wisdom. The resolution ties up old Hollywood secrets and motives, bringing closure to a case that has cast a long shadow over the lives of all involved. As the dawn breaks over the Hawaiian horizon, Chan reflects on the nature of fate and the complexities of human nature. The peaceful sunrise serves as a reminder of the beauty and tranquility that can exist even amidst the darkest of mysteries. With the case resolved, Chan returns to his family life, leaving behind the echoes of intrigue and hinting at future mysteries that await his keen mind. Chapter 4: The Camel at the Gate. As the Hawaiian sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across Waikiki Beach, Charlie Chan stood before a gathering of anxious faces. "Death is a black camel that kneels unbidden at every gate," he began, his voice carrying the weight of the mystery. The suspects shifted uneasily, each recalling their time in Hollywood, where the unsolved murder of Denny Mayo loomed like a specter. Chan's methodical approach was a dance of deduction and revelation. He scrutinized every detail, from psychic readings that whispered of hidden truths, to letters penned by Denny to Sheila, secrets now laid bare. The tension in the room was palpable as Chan's keen eye caught the subtle, telling signs. Among the new evidence was a beachcomber's shoe, its pattern matching a footprint found near the crime scene. This discovery shifted suspicion, challenging the alibis of those present. Chan's probing questions and insightful observations revealed connections between the glamorous world of Hollywood and the dark events that had unfolded. Picture this: a butler with a furtive glance, a maid whose silence spoke volumes. Each clue, each revelation, added layers to the enigma. Chan's calm yet authoritative presence kept everyone on edge, his trademark aphorisms laced with wisdom and humor guiding the investigation forward. What's crucial here is Chan's ability to weave a narrative that not only connected the dots but also exposed the hidden motives and fears of each suspect. His insights, drawn from a lifetime of experience, offered a glimpse into the human psyche, where ambition and jealousy often walked hand in hand with danger. As the waves gently lapped against the shores of Waikiki Beach, the dimly lit room in Sheila Feain's opulent beach house was filled with an air of mystery and tension. The gathering of suspects, each with a connection to the glamorous yet shadowy world of Hollywood, found themselves under the scrutinizing gaze of Charlie Chan. The renowned detective's calm demeanor was a stark contrast to the anxiety that hung heavy among the guests, each one aware that their ties to the enigmatic Denny Mayo could hold the key to unraveling the murder of Sheila Feain. Charlie Chan, known for his methodical approach and keen insight, began addressing the group. His voice, steady and measured, cut through the tension like a knife. "Ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves in a situation where the past and present are intertwined in a web of intrigue and deception," he began, his eyes sweeping across the room, capturing the unease etched on each face. The suspects, a mix of Hollywood elites and locals, were drawn into Chan's narrative as he meticulously laid out their connections to Hollywood and to Sheila. The room, illuminated only by the soft glow of a few lamps, seemed to shrink as the detective wove a tapestry of hidden relationships and past grievances. The sound of the ocean outside served as a haunting backdrop, heightening the sense of suspense. "Let us consider the ties that bind us to the late Denny Mayo," Chan continued, his words deliberate and precise. "Each of you, in some manner, was connected to him, and it is these connections that we must explore to uncover the truth behind the tragic events that have unfolded." Among the gathered, whispers of clandestine affairs and professional slights began to surface. One guest, eyes darting nervously, was revealed to have had a secret liaison with Sheila, a fact that now seemed to carry a heavier weight. Another, who had long harbored a grudge against Denny Mayo due to a perceived insult in the cutthroat world of Hollywood, shifted uncomfortably in their seat, the resentment of old wounds still fresh. As Chan spoke, the tension in the room escalated. The introduction of psychic readings conducted by Tarnavo added another layer of complexity to the unfolding drama. These readings, cryptic yet insightful, hinted at the underlying motives of jealousy and ambition that simmered beneath the surface. "In most cases, the heart harbors secrets that the mind cannot fathom," Chan remarked, his voice carrying a hint of the philosophical. Tarnavo's insights, while enigmatic, suggest forces at play that are both human and profound. The mention of hidden letters from Denny Mayo to Sheila further deepened the intrigue. These letters, once thought to be buried with the past, now suggested that the murder might be tied to secrets that were never meant to see the light of day. The room was filled with a palpable sense of unease as the implications of these revelations began to sink in. "Pay attention to the details, for it is in the minutiae that the truth often resides," Chan advised, his eyes narrowing slightly as he scanned the faces before him. "These letters, these connections, they are the threads that weave the fabric of our mystery." A pivotal moment arose when Chan revealed a new piece of evidence, a beachcomber's shoe found near the crime scene. This seemingly innocuous item had the power to shift suspicion dramatically, suggesting the presence of an unaccounted-for individual at the time of Sheila's murder. The suspects exchanged nervous glances, each wondering who among them might be concealing a darker truth. "With this in mind, we must consider the possibility of an unseen hand guiding the events of that fateful night," Chan proposed, his voice tinged with intrigue. "The shoe, though simple in appearance, may hold the key to unraveling the mystery that surrounds us." Throughout this tense gathering, Chan employed his characteristic aphorisms and humor, disarming the suspects and drawing out their true natures. His methodical approach ensured that each revelation felt both surprising and inevitable, as if the pieces of a complex puzzle were slowly falling into place. "In the theater of life, every player has their role," Chan mused, a hint of a smile playing on his lips. "It is our task to discern the truth behind the performance." The emotional journey of the suspects was one of mounting tension and anticipation, as they found themselves ensnared in a web of lies and half-truths that bound them together. The stakes were high, and the atmosphere electric with the possibility of discovery. As the subchapter drew to a close, Chan hinted at a critical piece of evidence that could unravel the entire mystery. His words left the suspects on edge, their minds racing with possibilities, and the readers compelled to turn the page, eager to discover how Chan would untangle the complex web of Hollywood connections and uncover the truth behind Sheila Fein's murder. "The Black Camel of Death has knelt at our gate," Chan concluded, his voice a whisper that carried the weight of inevitability. "But it is within our power to illuminate the darkness and reveal the path to justice." This subchapter, rich with suspense and revelation, deepened the mystery and enriched the character dynamics, propelling the narrative towards its climax. The intricate ties between the suspects and the world of Hollywood were laid bare, ensuring that the story remained engaging and unpredictable, a testament to the enduring allure of a well-crafted mystery. The flickering candlelight cast long shadows across the room, each flicker a whisper of secrets waiting to be revealed. Charlie Chan stood at the threshold of Tarnavo's psychic parlor, the air thick with the scent of incense and mystery. The enigmatic psychic Tarnavo was a master of his trade, his presence as compelling as the cryptic readings he provided. It was here that Sheila Feain had sought guidance, mere days before her life was tragically cut short. Chan knew that within these walls lay the intersection of the spiritual and the tangible, a junction he needed to navigate with care. Tarnavo, with eyes that seemed to see beyond the present, recounted the messages he had delivered to Sheila. His words were laced with allegory, references to fate and destiny woven into a tapestry of foreboding. "She was a star caught in a constellation of danger," he mused, his voice a soft echo in the dimly lit room. Chan listened intently, his mind working to decipher the layers of meaning hidden within the psychic's cryptic warnings. As Tarnavo spoke, Chan's thoughts drifted to the letters found among Sheila's personal effects. These letters, passionate and poignant, were penned by Denny Mayo, a Hollywood star whose own life had ended in mystery years before. The letters revealed a clandestine relationship between Sheila and Denny, a connection that hinted at jealousy and betrayal. They were a tangible link to the past, offering insights into Sheila's fears and the motives that might have led to her murder. Chan's methodical nature served him well as he cross-examined the psychic's statements against the contents of the letters. His keen eye for detail uncovered inconsistencies and hidden meanings, each revelation shifting the landscape of suspicion. The letters, with their intimate confessions, painted a picture of a woman torn between love and ambition, while Tarnavo's readings suggested a destiny marred by danger. Together, they formed a narrative that pointed toward those who stood to gain the most from Sheila's demise. The atmosphere in the parlor was charged with tension as Chan pieced together the puzzle. The suspects, each with their own secrets tied to the Hollywood elite, were now under the scrutiny of his sharp intellect. The important thing to remember was that in the world of glamour and deceit, appearances were often deceiving. Chan's ability to see beyond the facade was crucial in unraveling the tangled web of deceit that surrounded Sheila's murder. As the investigation deepened, Chan's focus remained unwavering. He understood that the psychic's words were more than mere theatrics. They were a reflection of truths that lay beneath the surface. Tarnavo's enigmatic presence added a layer of complexity to the case, his insights both a warning and a clue. Chan's task was to sift through the allegory and uncover the reality, a challenge he met with the calm wisdom for which he was renowned. The letters from Denny Mayo served as a roadmap, guiding Chan through the labyrinth of motives and secrets. Each note was a window into Sheila's world, revealing the pressures and passions that had shaped her life. They spoke of a love that was both consuming and destructive, a relationship that had left its mark on those involved. Chan's ability to connect these fragments of information was key to understanding the forces at play. In practice, Chan's approach was both methodical and intuitive. He knew that the truth often lay in the details, and his attention to these details was what set him apart. As he delved deeper into the investigation, he uncovered a narrative that implicated several individuals, each with their own motives and secrets. The impact was meaningful, as the layers of intrigue began to unravel. Revealing a plot as complex as any Hollywood script, the emotional journey through this subchapter was one of suspense and revelation. Readers were drawn into the duality of the psychic's world and the physical evidence, experiencing the thrill of discovery alongside Chan. The characters remained true to themselves. Chan's wisdom and patience contrasted with Tarnavo's enigmatic presence, creating a dynamic interplay that propelled the story forward. This subchapter was essential, as it bridged the gap between the mystical elements introduced earlier and the hard evidence that would ultimately lead to the resolution of the mystery. It set the stage for the subsequent shifts in suspicion and the unveiling of deeper secrets, ensuring a seamless transition to the next phase of the investigation. By the end, readers were left with a sense of anticipation, eager to see how Chan would unravel the tangled web of deceit and uncover the truth behind Sheila Fein's murder. Chan's journey through the psychic readings and letters was not just an exploration of the supernatural, but a testament to his ability to navigate the complexities of human nature. His insights, both profound and practical, offered a roadmap for readers seeking to understand the interplay of fate and choice. As the investigation progressed, the lessons learned in this chapter would prove invaluable, guiding Chan toward the resolution of a mystery that had captured the imagination of all involved. In the end, the chapter served as a reminder that in the world of mystery and intrigue, the line between the spiritual and the tangible is often blurred. Chan's ability to see beyond the surface, to connect the dots between seemingly disparate elements, was what made him a master detective. His journey through the psychic readings and letters was a testament to the power of observation and intuition, qualities that would ultimately lead him to the truth. The important thing to remember is that in the world of mystery, every clue is a piece of the puzzle, and every revelation brings us one step closer to understanding the truth. Chan's journey through the psychic readings and letters was a testament to the power of observation and intuition, qualities that would ultimately lead him to the truth. Charlie Chan sat in his temporary office, a modest room cluttered with photographs, letters, and a collection of clues that seemed to grow more perplexing by the hour. The air was thick with the scent of old paper and a hint of sea breeze sneaking through the open window. The room was silent, save for the occasional rustle of papers as Chan meticulously reviewed the evidence gathered so far. His mind, as sharp as a freshly honed blade, sliced through the tangled web of Hollywood connections and the mysterious murder of Denny Mayo. Chan's calm demeanor belied the tension that simmered beneath the surface. He was a man who thrived on the challenge of unraveling mysteries, and this case was no exception. The psychic readings and hidden letters from Denny to Sheila had added layers of complexity, each one more intriguing than the last. Chan pondered these connections, his thoughts as methodical as the ticking of the clock on the wall. Then came the breakthrough. A seemingly innocuous piece of evidence, a beachcomber's shoe, suddenly took on new significance. Chan had discovered that the shoe found near the crime scene matched a footprint left behind. This revelation shifted suspicion and added a new dimension to the mystery, revealing that the beachcomber had ties to one of the Hollywood elites present at Sheila's fateful dinner party. With this new piece of the puzzle in hand, Chan called the suspects together. The room was charged with tension as each individual felt the weight of Chan's scrutiny. He began to weave a narrative that connected them all to Hollywood and Denny Mayo's murder, using his characteristic aphorisms and insightful deductions to probe motives and alibis. The suspects were on edge, their reactions ranging from defensive to panicked, as Chan's methodical approach kept everyone guessing. As Chan delved deeper, he uncovered inconsistencies in the psychic readings provided by Tarnavo. The enigmatic psychic's past became a focal point, with Chan questioning his true motives and the authenticity of his visions. Tarnavo's cryptic warnings and hidden knowledge were crucial to understanding the events leading up to Sheila's murder. Chan's questions were pointed, his gaze unyielding as he sought to pierce the veil of mystery surrounding the psychic. The emotional journey of this chapter was marked by rising tension and suspicion. Each revelation was a twist in the roller coaster of intrigue, leaving readers breathless and eager for more. The suspects' reactions were a symphony of emotion, each note adding depth to the unfolding drama. Chan's deductions were a masterclass in logic and insight, drawing readers deeper into the mystery. As the subchapter drew to a close, Chan made a startling discovery. Hidden among the papers was a letter from Denny to Sheila, hinting at a deeper conspiracy. This revelation was a cliffhanger, setting the stage for the next chapter, where the investigation would take even more unexpected turns. The letter was a tantalizing glimpse into the secrets that lay at the heart of the mystery, promising new revelations and deeper intrigue. Throughout this subchapter, the storytelling tone remained consistent, drawing readers in with its rich detail and compelling narrative. The characters grew in complexity as the plot unfolded, each one a piece of the intricate puzzle that Chan was determined to solve. The logical flow of events ensured that each revelation felt inevitable in hindsight, keeping readers engaged and eager for more. This subchapter was essential to the overall narrative, providing key insights into the murder mystery and deepening the intrigue surrounding Hollywood's elite. It bridged the gap between the previous and upcoming chapters, ensuring a smooth transition in the unfolding story. Chan's journey was one of discovery and revelation, a testament to his skill and determination as a detective. As readers turned the final page of this subchapter, they were left with a sense of anticipation. The mystery was far from over, and Chan's investigation promised to uncover even more secrets and surprises. The stage was set for the next chapter, where the stakes would be higher and the tension more intense. With each revelation, Chan drew closer to the truth, his path illuminated by the light of his keen intellect and unwavering resolve. Chapter 5: Fireworks in the Rain. The rain fell in relentless sheets, turning the streets of Honolulu into a shimmering maze of reflections. Charlie Chan moved with purpose, his keen eyes scanning the slick pavement for any sign of the elusive figure he pursued. The city, usually vibrant with the scent of hibiscus and ocean breeze, now carried the metallic tang of rain-soaked asphalt. Amidst the downpour, a crucial clue emerged. A missing watch, once belonging to the late Sheila Feain, surfaced in the most unexpected of places. Its discovery led Chan to question the enigmatic Tarnavo, whose knowledge of this detail seemed suspiciously precise. Was it foresight or something more sinister? As Chan pieced together the puzzle, the intensity of the chase heightened. 18 unaccounted minutes haunted the timeline of the night Sheila died, a gap that could hold the key to unraveling the mystery. The detective's mind raced, weaving through red herrings and half-truths, each step closer to the truth. The tension escalated with a second attempt on a suspect's life, an act that sent shockwaves through the investigation. This bold move raised the stakes, leaving Chan to wonder if desperation had driven the perpetrator to act again. The rain, relentless and unyielding, mirrored the urgency of the moment. As the chapter closed, readers were left on the edge, eager to see how these threads would intertwine. Would the rain wash away the evidence, or would it reveal the path to justice? In the heart of Honolulu, amidst the storm, the answers awaited, hidden yet tantalizingly close, setting the scene. Rainy Honolulu. The sky over Honolulu had unleashed a torrent that seemed to wash over the city with relentless determination. The rain fell in sheets, drumming on the roofs and cascading down the gutters, turning the bustling streets into rivers of glistening water. In this tropical downpour, the vibrant colors of Waikiki Beach were muted, the usual lively chatter of tourists and locals alike drowned by the rhythmic patter of rain. It was as if the heavens themselves were mourning the loss of Sheila Feain, casting a shadow over the city that mirrored the murky depths of the mystery surrounding her death. Amidst this atmospheric backdrop, the rain served as a metaphor for the layers of intrigue and deception that Detective Inspector Charlie Chan was about to peel back. The crime scene at Sheila's beach pavilion bore the marks of a drama yet to unfold, and the rain, like a curtain, was about to reveal its secrets. Charlie Chan's methodical investigation. Charlie Chan, with his characteristic calm and precision, made his way to the pavilion. The rain did little to deter him. If anything, it sharpened his focus. The scene was chaotic, with officers milling about and evidence being catalogued, but Chan remained undistracted. He moved with a deliberate grace, his eyes scanning the surroundings with a keen attention to detail that others might overlook. As he revisited the scene, Chan's methodical nature came to the forefront. He noted the position of the furniture, the angle of the doors, and the subtle impressions in the carpet. Each detail, no matter how insignificant it seemed, was a potential piece of the puzzle. His deductive prowess was on full display. As he mentally reconstructed the events leading up to Sheila's murder, discovery of the missing watch. In the midst of his examination, Chan's sharp eyes caught something that others had missed. Tucked beneath a piece of furniture, partially obscured by the shadows, lay a watch. It was unmistakably Sheila's, a delicate timepiece that had been thought lost. Its presence here, hidden away, suggested more than mere accident. It hinted at foul play. The discovery of the watch was a turning point. It raised questions about who had access to Sheila's personal belongings and why someone would go to the trouble of concealing it. This clue, seemingly minor, had the potential to unravel the mystery. Pointing to someone with intimate knowledge of Sheila's life, Tarnavo's suspicious knowledge, as Chan continued his investigation, his path led him to Tarnavo, the enigmatic psychic whose presence at the party had already raised eyebrows. Their conversation was tense, a verbal dance of questions and guarded answers. It was during this exchange that Tarnavo let slip a detail about the murder that he could not have known unless he was directly involved. This revelation added a new layer of complexity to the case. Tarnavo, with his mysterious past and uncanny insights, became a figure of suspicion. His knowledge, coupled with his cryptic demeanor, suggested that he was more than just a bystander in this unfolding drama. Introduction of the beachcomber's shoe. As Chan pieced together the emerging clues, he stumbled upon another peculiar find, a beachcomber's shoe. It was discovered near the pavilion, its unique design and size standing out amidst the other evidence. This shoe was linked to a mysterious figure seen loitering around the beach on the night of the murder. The shoe became a focal point in identifying potential suspects. Its presence suggested a connection to someone outside the immediate circle of guests, someone whose motives and movements were as yet unknown. This new clue added to the growing tapestry of evidence, each thread weaving together to form a clearer picture of the truth. Building tension and suspense, with each new discovery, the tension among the remaining guests and suspects grew palpable. Jealousies and hidden motives began to surface, creating an atmosphere thick with distrust and fear. Chan observed each character's reaction to the emerging clues, scrutinizing their behavior for signs of guilt or innocence. The narrative wove seamlessly between Chan's investigation and the simmering tensions among those left behind. The stakes were high, and the pressure was mounting. Each revelation brought the truth closer to the surface, yet the mystery remained tantalizingly out of reach. Seamless transition to the cliffhanger. As the subchapter drew to a close, the tension reached a crescendo. Chan, with his keen intellect and unyielding determination, was on the brink of a breakthrough. Yet, just as the pieces began to fall into place, a second attempt on a suspect's life sent shockwaves through the investigation. The chapter ended on a cliffhanger, leaving readers on edge and eager to unravel the truth. The emergence of key clues had set the stage for a dramatic confrontation, one that promised to reveal the hidden depths of the mystery. Emotional and intellectual engagement. Throughout the subchapter, readers were engaged both emotionally and intellectually. The unfolding drama not only advanced the plot, but also deepened the emotional stakes for the characters involved. Chan's introspective moments provided a window into his thought process, allowing readers to connect with him on a deeper level. Each clue, each revelation, was a step closer to the truth. The narrative invited readers to join Chan on his journey, challenging them to piece together the puzzle alongside him. It was a dance of intellect and emotion, a testament to the power of storytelling, ensuring continuity and logical flow. Every event in this subchapter was crafted to ensure logical progression, making each revelation feel inevitable in hindsight. The storytelling tone remained consistent, maintaining the narrative's momentum while seamlessly bridging to the next chapter. There were no jarring jumps to disrupt the reader's immersion, only a smooth transition from one revelation to the next. As the rain continued to fall over Honolulu, the mystery surrounding Sheila Fein's murder deepened. Yet with each new clue, the path to the truth became clearer. Charlie Chan, with his unwavering resolve, was determined to see justice served, no matter where the clues might lead. Rainy night in Honolulu. The storm descended upon Honolulu with a ferocity that seemed almost alive. Sheets of rain pounded the streets, creating rivulets that danced under the flickering streetlights. The air was thick with the scent of the ocean, mingling with the earthy aroma of wet pavement. On this tempestuous night, the city seemed to hold its breath, as if aware of the drama unfolding within its rain-soaked alleys. The relentless downpour mirrored the tension that had been building since Sheila Fein's untimely death, casting eerie reflections that hinted at the mysteries yet to be uncovered. Chase through the streets. Amidst this backdrop of nature's fury, Charlie Chan and a local detective embarked on a pursuit that would test their resolve. A shadowy figure had been glimpsed near the scene of the crime, and Chan's instincts told him this was a lead he could not afford to ignore. The chase began in earnest, weaving through the labyrinthine alleys of Honolulu, where the rain turned cobblestones into treacherous paths. Market stalls, usually bustling with life, stood deserted, their colorful canopies now muted by the storm. The figure darted ahead, a mere silhouette against the glistening streets, leading Chan and his companion deeper into the city's heart. The rain was both an adversary and an ally, obscuring vision yet offering the cover of sound. Each step was a calculated risk, each corner turned with the possibility of losing the trail. Yet Chan's determination was unwavering. His keen eyes, trained by years of experience, missed nothing. Every splash of water, every echo of a footfall was a clue in the symphony of pursuit, discovery of a key clue. As the chase continued, Chan's persistence paid off. In a narrow alley, partially hidden by the shadows, lay a watch, its face cracked, its band broken. This was no ordinary timepiece. It was the very watch missing from the crime scene. The discovery was a turning point, a tangible link to Sheila Fein's murder. The rain seemed to pause, as if acknowledging the significance of this moment. The watch was a silent witness, its presence raising questions about the identity and motives of the elusive figure they pursued. Tarnavo's suspicious knowledge, with the watch secured, the narrative shifted to a confrontation with Tarnavo, the enigmatic psychic whose predictions had cast long shadows over the investigation. Chan, ever the astute detective, approached the psychic with a mixture of curiosity and skepticism. Tarnavo's knowledge of the murder seemed too precise, too convenient. As Chan probed, the psychic's evasive answers only deepened the mystery. There was an unease about Tarnavo, a nervous energy that hinted at secrets held too tightly. Chan's questions were like a scalpel, cutting through layers of deception to reveal the truth beneath. A second attempt on a suspect's life. Just as the tension reached a crescendo, the storm unleashed its fury once more. Amidst the chaos, a second attempt was made on the life of a key suspect. The scene unfolded with breathtaking speed, the rain a curtain that obscured and revealed in equal measure. The suspect, narrowly escaping harm, was left shaken but alive. This dramatic turn of events raised the stakes to a perilous new height. The killer was desperate, willing to strike again to cover their tracks. The rain, relentless and unyielding, seemed to echo the urgency of the moment, leaving readers on the edge of their seats, cliffhanger ending. As the night wore on, Chan pieced together the evening's events, each clue a thread in the tapestry of the investigation. The attempt on the suspect's life was a bold move, a sign that the killer was feeling the pressure. The stakes had never been higher, and Chan knew that time was of the essence. With the storm still raging, he vowed to uncover the truth, his mind a whirlwind of possibilities and connections. The chapter closed on a cliffhanger, the mystery deepening with each passing moment, leaving readers eager for the next revelation. Emotional journey and character growth. Throughout this tumultuous night, Chan's character was illuminated in new ways. His determination was matched only by his empathy, his interactions with Tarnavo revealing a profound understanding of human nature and its complexities. Chan's ability to read between the lines, to see beyond the surface, was a testament to his skill as a detective. The suspects, too, were on their own emotional journeys, each grappling with fear and suspicion as the net closed in. The storm was not just a backdrop, but a catalyst, driving the characters to confront their innermost fears and desires. Smooth transition. The subchapter concluded with a seamless transition into the next, maintaining the narrative flow that had captivated readers from the start. The unresolved tensions and heightened stakes ensured that the story's momentum would carry forward, each unanswered question allured drawing readers deeper into the mystery. As the storm continued to rage inside the minds of Chan and the suspects, a different kind of storm brewed, one of intrigue, danger, and the relentless pursuit of justice. Chapter 6, Midnight in Honolulu. As the clock struck midnight, a tense silence enveloped the room. Charlie Chan, ever the picture of calm precision, began to reconstruct the scene of Sheila Fein's ill-fated party. "Please, everyone, take your places as you did that night," he instructed, his voice a blend of authority and gentle insistence. The suspects complied hesitantly, their faces masks of uncertainty. Chan's methodical approach was like a craftsman piecing together a complex mosaic. "Consider this," he began, his eyes scanning the room with penetrating insight. "The connection between Sheila and Denny Mayo's murders lies not just in their Hollywood ties, but in the secrets they shared." He paused, letting the weight of his words settle over the gathering. With each revelation, Chan exposed the tangled web of deceit. "Tarnavo, your past identity is the missing piece," he declared, turning to the enigmatic psychic. The room gasped as the truth unfurled. Tarnavo's face betrayed a flicker of panic, a stark contrast to his previously unflappable demeanor. As the storm outside mirrored the rising tension, Chan's intellect shone like a beacon. "The chase is not over," he announced, his eyes fixed on Tarnavo. The ensuing pursuit through the rain-slicked streets of Honolulu was a dance of wits and will, culminating in a dramatic confrontation. Cornered, the killer's bravado crumbled under Chan's unyielding gaze. "Justice may be delayed, but it is never denied," Chan stated, his words a solemn promise. In the quiet aftermath, the midnight revelations had brought the mystery to its thrilling crescendo, leaving no doubt of Charlie Chan's unmatched prowess. Under the silvery glow of the Hawaiian moon, Detective Inspector Charlie Chan stood at the edge of Waikiki Beach, his silhouette a calm presence against the restless ocean. The rhythmic crashing of waves provided a natural soundtrack to the unfolding drama, a scene that would soon transform into a meticulous reconstruction of the fateful night that claimed Sheila Fein's life. Chan's methodical approach to piecing together the events of that ill-fated dinner party was about to commence. The remaining guests, each a potential suspect, gathered at Sheila's beach pavilion, their faces etched with a mix of apprehension and curiosity. The air was thick with tension, every breath a reminder of the secrets they harbored. With a quiet authority, Chan arranged the suspects in the exact positions they had occupied during the dinner party. This was no mere reenactment. It was a calculated psychological maneuver designed to unsettle and provoke memories. The guests, a tapestry of emotions ranging from nervousness to defiance, exchanged uneasy glances as they settled into their seats. Chan began the reconstruction with a gentle yet probing question, his voice a calm anchor in the storm of emotions. "Please, recall the events of that night," he urged, his eyes scanning each face for signs of hesitation or deceit. It was essential to peel back the layers of their stories, to uncover the subtle interactions and overlooked details that might hold the key to the mystery. The narrative of the evening unfolded slowly, each guest recounting their version of events. Chan listened intently, his keen understanding of human nature allowing him to detect inconsistencies and contradictions. A misplaced glass of wine, a forgotten comment, or a fleeting glance exchanged between two guests. These seemingly innocuous details formed a tapestry of motives and opportunities. As the reconstruction progressed, Chan's attention shifted to Tarnavo, the enigmatic psychic whose presence at the party had been both captivating and suspicious. Chan's questions became more pointed, his tone incisive as he delved into Tarnavo's past. The revelation of Tarnavo's true identity and his cryptic relationship with Sheila added a layer of complexity to the unfolding mystery, casting doubt and suspicion among the group. Consider this scenario. A seemingly innocent remark made by Tarnavo during the dinner had gone unnoticed by most, but not by Chan. It was a subtle hint, a thread that, when pulled, began to unravel the tightly woven fabric of lies. Chan's probing revealed that Tarnavo's knowledge of certain details was too precise, too convenient, suggesting a deeper involvement than he had initially admitted. As Chan pieced together the puzzle, the emotional journey of the suspects became increasingly intense. Nervous glances turned into palpable tension, and the air was thick with suspense. Each revelation brought them closer to the truth, each clue a step towards unraveling the mystery that had cast a shadow over Waikiki Beach. In a pivotal moment, Chan highlighted a minor yet telling detail: a wine glass that had been moved from its original place. This small inconsistency, combined with other subtle clues, painted a picture of deceit and betrayal. The connection between Sheila's murder and the unsolved case of Denny Mayo began to crystallize, linking the two tragedies in a web of intrigue and revenge. It's essential to understand that Chan's approach was not merely about uncovering facts. It was about understanding the human psyche, the motivations that drive individuals to commit acts of desperation. Each question, each observation was a step closer to the heart of the mystery. As the subchapter drew towards its climax, Chan set the stage for a dramatic confrontation. The suspects, now visibly agitated, were left to ponder the implications of Chan's deductions. The tension built to a crescendo, the atmosphere charged with anticipation as they awaited the final revelation. This reconstruction of the crime scene was not just a retelling of events. It was a masterclass in deduction and psychological insight. Chan's ability to connect seemingly disparate details into a coherent narrative was a testament to his expertise and intuition. The suspects, each with their own secrets and fears, were drawn into the web of Chan's investigation, their fates intertwined in the search for truth. The subchapter concluded with Chan poised to corner the killer, the stormy tension of the Hawaiian night mirroring the turmoil within the pavilion. Readers, captivated by the unfolding drama, were left eager to turn the page, to discover how Chan would bring the murderer to justice amid the shadows of Waikiki Beach. This chapter is a crucial turning point in the narrative, driving the story forward with its blend of deduction, drama, and suspense. It provides readers with a deeper understanding of the characters' motivations and sets the groundwork for the thrilling chase and confrontation that follows. Chan's reconstruction of the crime scene encapsulates the essence of a classic mystery, ensuring that readers remain engaged and eager for more. Setting the stage. The moon hung low over Waikiki Beach, casting a silvery glow on the sands and the dark silhouette of Sheila Fein's beach pavilion. The once vibrant and bustling locale now lay in an eerie silence, interrupted only by the soft whispers of the waves. The pavilion, adorned with remnants of a glamorous past, bore the weight of unsolved mysteries and hidden truths. The Hawaiian sky, usually a canvas of vibrant colors, seemed subdued, as if holding its breath in anticipation of revelations yet to come. It was here, beneath the moonlit Hawaiian sky, that the secrets of Hollywood and the shadow of death intertwined. The air was thick with the scent of tropical flowers, mingling with a tension that was almost palpable. The pavilion stood as a silent witness to the drama that had unfolded within its walls, a place where laughter and music had once echoed, now replaced by the haunting memory of Sheila's untimely demise. Chan's methodical approach. Enter Charlie Chan, the Honolulu police detective inspector, whose reputation for solving the most complex of cases preceded him. His presence brought a calm yet intense focus to the scene. With a methodical approach, Chan reconstructed the events of the fateful dinner party. He arranged the suspects around the table, mirroring the seating from that night, using this setup as a tool to jog memories and reveal inconsistencies in their stories. Chan's demeanor was one of quiet confidence, his eyes scanning the faces of those gathered. Each suspect, a piece of the puzzle, sat under the scrutiny of his gaze. The arrangement was more than just a physical recreation. It was a psychological exercise designed to unearth the truths buried beneath layers of deceit. As Chan spoke, his voice was steady, each word chosen with precision, guiding the suspects through the labyrinth of their own recollections, unraveling lies. With a keen intellect and a sharp wit, Chan began questioning each suspect. His probing questions, laced with his famous aphorisms, served to disarm and unsettle. He had an uncanny ability to see beyond the surface, to detect the subtle shifts in demeanor that betrayed hidden truths. As he unraveled the web of lies, tensions rose, and the atmosphere grew charged with unease. Chan's inquiries revealed connections between Sheila's murder and the unsolved case of Denny Mayo, a specter that loomed over Hollywood's elite. The suspects, once confident in their alibis, found themselves ensnared by Chan's relentless logic. As he peeled back the layers of deceit, the facade of innocence began to crumble, exposing the raw nerves of fear and desperation, Tarnavo's past exposed. Among the suspects, the enigmatic psychic Tarnavo became a focal point. Chan's deductions, meticulous and precise, began to uncover the layers of Tarnavo's mysterious past. Through a series of revelations, Chan exposed Tarnavo's true identity, linking him to events that had a direct impact on the current investigation. This revelation shifted the dynamics among the suspects. Old alliances crumbled, and new motives emerged as the truth of Tarnavo's past came to light. The psychic, who had once held sway over the group with his cryptic insights, now found himself at the center of suspicion. Chan's revelations were not just about uncovering a hidden identity. They were about understanding the intricate web of relationships that had led to murder, emotional crescendo. The subchapter reached an emotional crescendo as Chan's revelations stirred a mix of fear, anger, and desperation among the suspects. The tension was palpable, each character grappling with their own secrets and the possibility of exposure. The air was electric with the charged emotions of those who had gathered, each aware that the truth was closing in. Chan's calm demeanor contrasted sharply with the turmoil around him. His presence was a steadying force amid the chaos, his insights cutting through the fog of confusion. As the suspects faced the reality of their situation, the emotional stakes were raised, each revelation bringing them closer to the edge. Climactic confrontation. The atmosphere became charged as Chan confronted the most likely suspect. Using a combination of logic and intuition, he cornered them, his questions precise and unyielding. The confrontation was intense, the stormy backdrop outside mirroring the internal turmoil of those involved. The rain lashed against the windows, a relentless reminder of the storm within. Chan's ability to read the room, to sense the shifts in mood and emotion, was unparalleled. As he pressed the suspect, the truth began to emerge, each word a step closer to the resolution. The confrontation was not just about accusation. It was a dance of intellect and intuition, a battle of wits that Chan was determined to win. Bridging to the next chapter, as the subchapter concluded, Chan's deductions and the unveiling of truths set the stage for a thrilling chase and confrontation in the subsequent chapter. The groundwork laid here ensured a seamless transition, maintaining the story's momentum and keeping readers on the edge of their seats. The revelations of the evening had opened new paths, each leading deeper into the mystery. Chan's insights had not only exposed the hidden truths, but had also paved the way for what was to come. The suspects, now aware of the precariousness of their positions, faced an uncertain future. The stage was set for the next act, a pursuit of justice that promised to be as intense and captivating as the revelations that had preceded it. This chapter was essential in deepening the mystery, enriching character development, and heightening the stakes. It drew readers further into the intricate web of intrigue surrounding Sheila Feain's murder, leaving them eager for the next revelation, the next twist in the tale. As the moon continued its journey across the sky, the mysteries of Waikiki Beach remained, waiting to be unraveled by the keen mind of Charlie Chan. The rain fell in sheets, a relentless cascade that blurred the edges of Honolulu's streets, turning them into slick, shimmering ribbons. The sound of the downpour was a constant, drumming accompaniment to the chase unfolding in the dimly lit alleyways. Detective Inspector Charlie Chan moved with surprising agility for a man of his stature, his focus unwavering despite the chaos around him. Each step was deliberate, every sense attuned to the pursuit of truth. Behind him, the echo of hurried footsteps splashed through puddles, the sound barely audible over the rain. The city seemed to hold its breath, as if aware that the night's events were reaching a critical juncture. Chan's mind was a whirl of possibilities and connections, each piece of the puzzle snapping into place with the clarity that only comes at the brink of revelation. Earlier that evening, the atmosphere at the dinner party had been electric with tension. The guests, a mix of Hollywood glamour and local intrigue, had gathered under the pretense of celebration, but beneath the surface, secrets simmered. Sheila Feain, the evening's tragic centerpiece, had been found murdered, and the specter of her death loomed over them all like the proverbial Black Camel. Chan had observed everything with his usual calm demeanor, his eyes missing nothing. The clues were scattered like breadcrumbs: a crushed orchid, a missing pin, a footprint from a shoe with a hole. Each detail was a thread in the intricate tapestry of deceit and desperation that had led to Sheila's untimely end. As the rain intensified, Chan's thoughts turned to the enigmatic psychic, Tarnavo. His cryptic insights and mysterious past had cast a shadow over the investigation, and now, more than ever, Chan felt the weight of unanswered questions. What did Tarnavo truly know? And how did his knowledge tie into the unsolved murder of Denny Mayo, a Hollywood star whose death had remained a haunting enigma? The chase through Honolulu's rain-slicked streets was both literal and metaphorical. Chan pursued not only a fleeing suspect, but also the elusive truth that had evaded him thus far. The city's vibrant energy seemed to pulse in time with his racing heart. Each corner turned, bringing him closer to the confrontation he knew was inevitable. As he rounded a corner, Chan caught sight of a figure slipping into a narrow alley. The rain blurred the edges of the silhouette, but there was no mistaking the urgency in their movements. Chan quickened his pace, the thrill of the hunt sharpening his senses. He could feel the culmination of his efforts drawing near, the pieces of the puzzle aligning with a satisfying click. The alley was a labyrinth of shadows and echoes, each step echoing off the walls in a symphony of urgency. Chan's mind raced through the possibilities, each scenario playing out with the precision of a well-rehearsed script. The missing watch, the 18 crucial minutes unaccounted for, Tarnavo's suspicious knowledge, all were threads leading to the heart of the mystery. And then, as if the city itself had conspired to reveal the truth, the rain eased, the downpour giving way to a gentle drizzle. The figure ahead stumbled, a momentary lapse that Chan seized upon with the instinct of a seasoned detective. He closed the distance between them, his voice cutting through the night with the authority of a man who had unraveled countless mysteries. "Stop," Chan commanded, his tone leaving no room for defiance. The figure hesitated, and in that moment, Chan saw the fear and desperation etched into their features. It was a face he recognized, one that had been present at the dinner party, cloaked in the guise of innocence. The confrontation was inevitable, a culmination of the night's events that had been set in motion long before Sheila Fein's murder. As the rain whispered its secrets to the city, Chan stood face to face with the truth that had eluded him. The answers were within reach, the threads of the mystery woven together with the precision of a master weaver. In the end, it was not just the chase that had brought him here, but the relentless pursuit of justice that defined his every action. The rain may have blurred the lines between right and wrong, but in the clarity of the moment, Chan knew that the Black Camel of death would kneel no more. As he prepared to unravel the final threads of the mystery, Chan's mind was a tapestry of insights and revelations, each piece fitting perfectly into the grand design of truth. The chase had led him here, to this moment of reckoning, and with the certainty of a man who had seen the darkest corners of human nature, Chan prepared to confront the killer and bring light to the shadowed corners of the past. Chapter 7: The Dawn of Truth. The Hawaiian dawn broke gently over Waikiki, casting a serene light on a night filled with shadows. Charlie Chan stood amidst the remnants of a mystery unraveled, his mind piecing together the final threads with a calm authority that belied the storm of revelations. As the guests gathered, their faces a tapestry of relief and remorse, Chan began to speak. "The important thing to remember," he noted, "is that truth, like the sun, cannot be hidden for long." His voice carried the weight of wisdom earned through years of unraveling human folly. Chan meticulously recounted the clues: the crushed orchid, the missing pin, and the footprint that led to a secret buried in Hollywood's glittering past. Each piece of evidence was a step toward justice, revealing the tragic motive behind the Black Camel of death that had knelt at Sheila Fein's door. With the murderer unmasked, Chan reflected on the nature of fate. In practice, he observed, human nature is as unpredictable as the sea, yet it often follows patterns we can discern. His insights offered a mirror to the gathered, reflecting truths that resonated beyond the confines of the case. As the sun rose higher, casting golden hues across the beach, Chan turned toward home, the promise of a peaceful return to family life in his heart. Yet the horizon hinted at mysteries yet to come, a reminder that life's puzzles are endless. Along the same lines, Chan's story was far from over. Experience indicates that with each dawn, new challenges await, and with them the potential for truth to prevail once more. Setting the scene. The Hawaiian night lay serene, a gentle breeze whispering secrets across the sands of Waikiki Beach. The moon hung high, casting its silvery glow over the tranquil waters, a stark contrast to the tension simmering beneath the surface. Charlie Chan stood at the edge of Sheila Fein's beach pavilion, his silhouette outlined against the backdrop of restless waves. Tonight, the truth would emerge, and the murderer would be unmasked. Inside the pavilion, the atmosphere was charged with anticipation. The scent of salt and tropical blooms mingled in the air, an intoxicating reminder of the island's allure. Yet beneath this beauty lay a web of deceit and danger, spun by those who now gathered at Chan's request. The detective's calm demeanor belied the storm of revelations about to unfold. Gathering of suspects. Charlie Chan, with his characteristic poise, welcomed each suspect into the pavilion. Hollywood elites mingled with locals, each carrying their own secrets and connections to the late Sheila Feain and the unsolved murder of Denny Mayo. As they arrived, their expressions varied, some anxious, others defiant, all aware that the night could change their lives forever. Among them was Alan Janes, the wealthy suitor, whose love for Sheila was as undeniable as his jealousy. Beside him stood Tarnavo, the enigmatic psychic, whose mysterious past seemed to shadow every step. Each suspect carried a piece of the puzzle, and Chan was determined to fit them together, revelation of clues. As the moonlight filtered through the pavilion's open windows, Chan began to weave the tale of Sheila's final days. He recounted the sequence of events with precision, his voice steady and compelling. "The Black Camel of Death," he quoted, "kneels unbidden at every gate." His words hung heavy in the air, a reminder of fate's inevitability. Chan highlighted the significance of the flowers sent by Sheila's ex-husband, the missing watch, and the cryptic psychic readings. Each clue, once disparate, now formed a cohesive narrative under Chan's insightful deductions. His aphorisms, rich with wisdom, captivated the audience, drawing them deeper into the mystery. Confrontation with Tarnavo. The spotlight turned to Tarnavo, whose enigmatic presence had intrigued and unsettled many. Chan's gaze was unyielding as he revealed the psychic's past identity and his intricate connection to the murder. Under Chan's scrutiny, Tarnavo's confident facade began to crumble. "What we see consistently is the truth emerging," Chan stated, his voice firm yet understanding. Tarnavo's confession unraveled with the dramatic intensity of a Hollywood script, exposing his involvement in the tragic events that led to Sheila's death. The room held its breath, the air thick with the weight of revelation, emotional unmasking. The emotional climax arrived with a force that left no heart untouched. Chan revealed the murderer, their tragic motive rooted deep in old Hollywood secrets and personal vendettas. The facade of innocence fell away, leaving raw emotion in its wake, betrayal, regret, and the haunting echo of what might have been. The theme of the Black Camel of Death resonated throughout, a symbol of the inevitability of fate that had touched each life in the room. In this moment, the complexities of human nature stood bare, a poignant reminder of the thin line between love and obsession, resolution and reflection. With the mystery laid bare, Chan offered reflections on justice and human frailty. "Remember that justice, like the sea, is vast and deep," he mused, his words carrying the weight of experience and empathy. The gathered group, now witnesses to the unveiled truth, listened intently, their own roles in the drama clear. Chan's insights resonated beyond the immediate case, touching on universal themes of morality and consequence. The suspects, each processing their own involvement, were left to ponder the lessons learned as they faced the dawn of a new reality. Transition to epilogue. As the suspects began to disperse, the first light of a Hawaiian sunrise painted the sky in hues of gold and pink. the night's tension gave way to the promise of a new day, serene and hopeful. Chan, contemplative yet satisfied with the resolution, prepared to return to his family life, his heart lighter with the knowledge that justice had prevailed. Yet, as he turned away from the pavilion, a subtle hint of future mysteries lingered in the air, maintaining the intrigue and allure of Charlie Chan's world. The detective knew that while one chapter had closed, the story of life's complexities continued, waiting to be explored anew. Setting the scene. The room was dimly lit, casting long shadows that danced across the walls like specters of the past. The tension from the previous chapter lingered, thick and palpable, as the suspects gathered in a semicircle. Outside, the Hawaiian night was serene, the gentle rustle of palm leaves and the distant crash of waves a stark contrast to the storm brewing within these walls. At the center stood Charlie Chan, his presence commanding respect and attention. His eyes, sharp and discerning, scanned the faces before him, each one a tapestry of secrets waiting to be unraveled. Unveiling the truth, Chan began with a calm yet authoritative voice, reiterating the series of events that led to the tragic murder of Sheila Feain. His methodical reconstruction of the timeline was meticulous, each detail falling into place like pieces of a complex puzzle. From Sheila's arrival in Waikiki to the moments before her untimely death, Chan painted a vivid picture of the night's events. He highlighted key moments and subtle clues that had been overlooked by others, drawing a clear path through the labyrinth of deceit. Each suspect's involvement was scrutinized with precision. Chan's methodical approach kept everyone on edge as he slowly peeled back the layers of mystery. His keen observations and logical deductions guided the narrative, leaving no stone unturned. The suspects, shifting uncomfortably in their seats, felt the weight of his scrutiny as he delved deeper into the enigma. Revelation of motives. As Chan continued, he began to reveal the hidden motives that lay beneath the surface. The glamorous facade of Hollywood was stripped away, unveiling a tangled web of jealousy, ambition, and past grievances. Chan explained how these elements converged to create a perfect storm of motives. Each suspect had a reason to wish harm upon Sheila, whether it was a slighted lover, a rival seeking revenge, or a friend harboring a dark secret. Chan's revelations were shocking, yet they made perfect sense. The old Hollywood secrets, long buried, were brought to light, and personal vendettas were exposed. The room was silent, save for the soft rustle of paper as Chan referred to his notes, each revelation landing like a hammer blow, the turning point. Then came the dramatic twist that shifted the dynamics in the room. Chan exposed Tarnavo's true identity, linking him to the unsolved murder of Denny Mayo. The revelation was met with gasps of disbelief as the suspects reacted to the shocking news. Tarnavo's mysterious past, coupled with his cryptic warnings to Sheila, were examined in detail. Chan revealed a complex web of deceit and manipulation, a narrative that had been playing out behind the scenes. The room buzzed with tension as Chan laid bare Tarnavo's connection to the past. The suspects exchanged nervous glances, the air thick with anticipation as the pieces of the puzzle began to fall into place. The final confrontation. Building towards the climax, Chan methodically dissected the alibis and evidence. His voice was steady, his logic unassailable, as he led the suspects through the maze of clues. With each step, he brought them closer to the truth, the tension in the room reaching its peak. Finally, Chan presented irrefutable evidence, connecting the dots with his signature wisdom. The murderer, cornered and unable to escape the truth, confessed in a moment of dramatic tension. Their tragic motive was laid bare for all to see, a story of human frailty and misguided intentions. The room was silent, the weight of the confession hanging heavy in the air, emotional resolution. With the case solved, the emotional weight of the revelations settled over the room. Chan offered insights into human nature and the consequences of living a life shrouded in secrets. His words were measured, a gentle reminder of the cost of deception and the inevitable fallout of hidden truths. The suspects, though relieved, were left to grapple with the repercussions of their actions and the loss of Sheila Feain. The room, once filled with tension and suspicion, now carried a sense of solemn reflection. Smooth transition. As the night gave way to dawn, Chan stood by the window, watching the first light of day break over the horizon. The peaceful Hawaiian sunrise symbolized a new beginning, both for the characters and the narrative. It was a moment of quiet reflection, a chance to ponder the lessons learned and the paths yet to be taken. This transition set the stage for the epilogue, where Chan would return to his family, the weight of the case lifted from his shoulders. Yet, as always, the promise of future mysteries lingered in the air, a reminder that the world of Charlie Chan was never without intrigue. The resolution of secrets and motives had been achieved, providing a satisfying conclusion to the mystery. The intricate web of deceit had been untangled, leaving readers both satisfied and eager for more. In the end, it was Chan's unwavering dedication to truth and justice that had prevailed, a testament to his enduring legacy as one of the greatest detectives of his time. As the first light of dawn stretched across Waikiki Beach, Charlie Chan stood quietly, letting the gentle waves wash over his feet. The tumult of the investigation into Sheila Fein's murder had finally subsided, leaving behind a stillness that was both comforting and contemplative. Here, amid the serene beauty of the Hawaiian shoreline, Chan found a moment to reflect on the deeper questions that the case had stirred within him. The horizon slowly brightened, painting the sky with hues of pink and gold, a stark contrast to the darkness that had enveloped the events of the past days. This tranquil setting offered Chan a canvas to ponder the complexities of human nature and the enigmatic role of fate. The intricate web of motives, secrets, and lies that had led to Sheila's tragic end was a testament to the unpredictable nature of life. Yet, it was also a reminder of the enduring quest for justice, a concept Chan knew was as elusive as it was necessary. As he watched the sun rise over the Pacific, Chan's thoughts turned to the concept of justice itself. Was justice truly served, or was it merely a construct humans devised to impose order on chaos? In the courtroom of life, where fate often played an unseen hand, the line between justice and vengeance blurred. Chan understood that while the legal system had its role, true justice often resided in the hearts of those affected by tragedy. Throughout the investigation, Chan had encountered human frailty and resilience in equal measure. The suspects, each with their own pasts and pressures, had revealed vulnerabilities that spoke volumes about the human condition. In particular, the killer's actions, driven by desperation and misguided love, highlighted the thin line between passion and peril. Yet Chan also saw glimmers of redemption, even for those who had strayed far from the path of righteousness. Redemption, Chan mused, was a journey rather than a destination. The possibility of atonement for those involved in Sheila's murder lingered in his mind. Could the killer find peace within themselves, or was their fate sealed by their actions? Chan's reflections on redemption were not limited to the guilty. They extended to all who had been touched by the tragedy, including himself. The investigation had tested his resolve and empathy, reinforcing the importance of understanding and compassion. Chan's thoughts drifted to the enigmatic psychic Tarnavo, whose cryptic warnings had eerily foreshadowed the unfolding events. Was Tarnavo a mere charlatan, or did he possess genuine insight into the future? This question led Chan to contemplate the broader themes of destiny and free will. How much control did individuals truly have over their lives, and how much was dictated by the unseen forces of fate? In the quiet of the morning, Chan considered the possibility that fate and free will were not mutually exclusive, but rather intertwined in a complex dance. Each decision, each action, set in motion a series of events that could lead to unforeseen outcomes. Yet, within this framework, individuals still possess the power to choose, to shape their destinies through the exercise of free will. This reflection on fate and nature was not merely an intellectual exercise for Chan. It was a personal meditation on his own life. As a detective, he often found himself at the intersection of chaos and order, tasked with unraveling the mysteries of human behavior. Yet, as a family man, he cherished the grounding force that his loved ones provided amidst the turmoil of his profession. The balance between these two worlds was delicate, but it was one that Chan had learned to navigate with grace and wisdom. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, signaling the start of a new day, Chan felt a sense of closure. The case of Sheila Fein's murder was behind him, yet the lessons it imparted would linger. The world was full of secrets waiting to be uncovered, mysteries that would challenge his intellect and heart. But for now, as he stood on the beach, Chan embraced the peace of the present moment. In this moment of introspection, Chan acknowledged the enduring cycle of life, symbolized by the sunrise. Each day brought new beginnings, new opportunities to seek truth and justice. And while the path was often fraught with challenges, it was a journey worth undertaking. As he turned to leave the beach, Chan carried with him the knowledge that while fate might weave its intricate patterns, it was human nature that ultimately shaped the tapestry of life. With a final glance at the ocean, Chan set his sights on the future. The world was vast and full of mysteries, and he was ready to face them with the same courage and compassion that had guided him thus far. As he walked away from the shore, the promise of new adventures awaited, each one a testament to the enduring spirit of inquiry and understanding that defined his character. Chapter 8, Epilogue. The sun gently crested over the horizon, casting a warm glow across Waikiki Beach. Charlie Chan stood quietly, absorbing the serenity of the Hawaiian sunrise. The tranquil scene was a stark contrast to the whirlwind of events that had unfolded, yet it symbolized a new beginning. As the waves lapped softly at the shore, Chan reflected on the complexities of human nature revealed through the recent case. The tangled web of jealousy, ambition, and secrets had reminded him of the inevitability of fate, a theme as ancient as the sands beneath his feet. He considered the words of an old proverb, "The Black Camel of death kneels unbidden at every gate." This case had been a vivid illustration of that truth, but it also underscored the resilience of the human spirit. Chan's thoughts drifted to his family, a source of grounding and joy amidst the chaos. The case had been solved, justice served, yet the mysteries of life continued to beckon. He knew that future enigmas awaited, mysteries that would challenge his intellect and patience. But for now, he relished the peaceful moment, a brief respite before the next chapter of his life unfolded. The horizon beckoned with possibilities, and Chan felt a familiar anticipation stirring within him. The world was full of stories waiting to be uncovered, each with its own lessons and insights. As he turned to walk back to his family, the promise of future adventures lingered in the air, leaving readers with a sense of closure and the thrill of mysteries yet to come. The first rays of dawn began to stretch across the horizon, casting a golden glow over Waikiki Beach. The gentle lapping of waves against the shore provided a soothing soundtrack to the unfolding day. As the sun rose higher, its warm hues painted the sky in shades of pink and orange, creating a serene backdrop for the resolution of a mystery that had gripped the island. Standing at the water's edge, Charlie Chan watched the sunrise with quiet contemplation. The tranquility of the scene belied the intensity of the events that had transpired. As the sun climbed, casting long shadows on the sand, Chan reflected on the complexities of human nature that had been laid bare during the investigation. Chan's thoughts meandered through the labyrinth of motives and secrets that had driven individuals to commit heinous acts. He pondered the role of fate and destiny, acknowledging that while justice had been served, the human heart remained an enigma. This introspection offered a deeper understanding of Chan's character, highlighting his wisdom and empathy. The scene transitioned smoothly as Chan turned away from the ocean, the warmth of the sun on his back, and made his way to his family, who awaited him near the beach house. The embrace of his loved ones provided a stark contrast to the coldness of the crime he had just solved. This moment underscored the importance of family and personal connections, grounding Chan in a world that could often feel chaotic and unpredictable. As they settled down for a quiet breakfast, the conversation subtly touched on the case. Chan's family listened intently, offering support and understanding as he reflected on the lessons learned. The warmth of their interaction reinforced the storytelling tone, drawing readers into the intimate and reflective atmosphere. Chan shared insights from the case, his voice calm and measured. "Consider this scenario," he began, "where the smallest details can unravel the most intricate of mysteries." His family nodded, understanding the weight of his words. This exchange provided a sense of closure, allowing Chan to articulate the nuances of human behavior that the case had revealed. As breakfast concluded, Chan found himself gazing out at the ocean once more. The vast expanse of water mirrored the endless cycle of challenges and discoveries that defined his life as a detective. This moment of contemplation hinted at future mysteries that awaited him, leaving readers with a sense of anticipation. The plot of this subchapter flowed logically, with each event feeling inevitable in hindsight. The emotional journey was rich and layered, offering key revelations about Chan's character and the broader themes of the book. As the narrative provided closure, it also set the stage for future adventures, ensuring a smooth transition from the intense mystery to a peaceful conclusion. Throughout the subchapter, the Hawaiian sunrise served as a symbolic backdrop for the resolution of the mystery. The golden light of dawn mirrored the sense of closure and new beginnings, offering a hopeful outlook on the future. Chan's reflections on fate and human nature added depth to the narrative, inviting readers to ponder the complexities of the human experience. In the quiet moments following the case, Chan's thoughts drifted to the motivations and secrets that had been uncovered. He considered the role of destiny, acknowledging that while justice had been served, the intricacies of the human heart remained elusive. This introspection provided readers with a deeper understanding of Chan's wisdom and empathy, highlighting the qualities that made him a compelling detective. The reunion with his family provided a poignant contrast to the dark events of the mystery. Their warmth and support grounded Chan, reminding him of the importance of personal connections in a world that could often feel unpredictable. This moment underscored the theme of family as a source of strength and stability. As Chan shared a quiet breakfast with his family, the conversation naturally touched on the case. His family listened with rapt attention, offering a sense of support and understanding. This exchange reinforced the storytelling tone, drawing readers into the intimate and reflective atmosphere of the scene. The subchapter concluded with Chan gazing out at the ocean, contemplating the future mysteries that awaited him. This moment of contemplation hinted at the endless cycle of challenges and discoveries that defined his life as a detective. The narrative left readers with a sense of anticipation, suggesting that while this mystery had concluded, many more lay ahead. As the sun continued its ascent, casting its golden light on the beach, Chan felt a sense of peace. The resolution of the case had brought closure, but it also opened the door to new beginnings. The peaceful Hawaiian sunrise served as a reminder of the beauty and complexity of life, offering hope and inspiration for the future. In the quiet moments that followed, Chan reflected on the broader themes of the book, the intricacies of human nature, the role of fate, and the importance of family, all intertwined to create a rich and layered narrative. The peaceful conclusion provided a sense of closure, while also setting the stage for future adventures. Ensuring a seamless transition from the intense mystery to a tranquil ending, the serene Hawaiian sunrise continued to cast its golden glow over Waikiki Beach, a fitting symbol of the resolution and new beginnings that had unfolded. As Chan stood on the beach, his thoughts drifted to the complexities of human nature and the mysteries that lay ahead. The narrative left readers with a sense of anticipation, suggesting that while this chapter had concluded, many more adventures awaited. As the Hawaiian sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the sands of Waikiki Beach, the gathering at Fein's beach pavilion was anything but serene. The evening had begun with an air of glamour, but as the hours passed, tension seeped into the atmosphere like the encroaching tide. Now in the aftermath of Sheila's tragic demise, Detective Inspector Charlie Chan stood amidst the remnants of the evening's festivities, reflecting on the tangled web of motives and mysteries that had brought him here. With the soft murmur of the ocean as his only companion, Chan replayed the events of the evening in his mind. The dinner party had been a spectacle of Hollywood glamour, with actors and directors mingling with local dignitaries. Yet beneath the glittering surface lay undercurrents of jealousy, fear, and hidden agendas. Sheila had been the star of the evening, her beauty and charisma drawing every eye. But it was her whispered fears about the unsolved murder of Denny Mayo that had set the tone for the night. Chan's thoughts drifted to the crime scene, where the crushed orchid corsage and missing pin told a story of their own. The footprint left by a shoe with a hole was a silent witness, hinting at the presence of an unexpected visitor. Each clue was a thread in the tapestry of the case, leading back to the unsolved mystery of Denny Mayo's death 3 years earlier. The connections were there, woven into the fabric of Hollywood's glittering facade, and it was Chan's task to unravel them. As he pondered the evening's events, Chan's mind turned to the suspects, each with their own secrets and connections to the past. Tarnavo, the enigmatic psychic, had been a figure of intrigue, claiming insights that seemed to transcend the natural. His cryptic warnings to Sheila had been unsettling, and his knowledge of the case was suspiciously detailed. Then there was Alan Janes, the spurned lover, whose proposal Sheila had hesitated to accept. His presence at the party had been marked by a brooding intensity that did not escape Chan's notice. Others at the party had their own ties to Hollywood and its shadowy past. Each guest had been present in Tinseltown during the time of Denny Mayo's murder, and each had their own reasons for wanting to keep certain truths buried. As Chan considered their alibis and motives, he knew that the solution to the mystery lay in the tangled relationships and hidden histories of those who had gathered under Sheila's roof that fateful night. With this in mind, Chan reviewed the evidence with meticulous attention. The psychic reading that had so unnerved Sheila, the hidden letters from Denny, and the shifting alibis all pointed to a deeper conspiracy. The discovery of a beachcomber's shoe, coupled with the testimony of the butler and maid, added layers of complexity to the investigation. Each new piece of information shifted the balance of suspicion, drawing Chan closer to the truth. In the days that followed, action intensified as Chan pursued leads through the rainy streets of Honolulu. Chases and confrontations brought new clues to light, including a missing watch and the revelation of Tarnavo's suspicious knowledge. The stakes were raised when a second attempt on a suspect's life added urgency to Chan's quest for answers. As the investigation reached its climax, Chan gathered the suspects once more, reconstructing the scene of the crime with precision. Seating them as they had been at the party, he methodically laid out the connections between Sheila's murder and the death of Denny Mayo. With calm logic and unwavering resolve, he exposed the lies and deceptions that had clouded the truth. The dramatic revelation of Tarnavo's past identity was a turning point, leading to a tense chase and confrontation. Chan's wits and determination cornered the killer, bringing the mystery to a resolution that was both satisfying and poignant. Justice was served, and the secrets of Hollywood's golden age were laid bare. In the quiet aftermath, as the first light of dawn broke over the Hawaiian landscape, Chan reflected on the case and its implications. The Black Camel of death had knelt unbidden, leaving a trail of tragedy and intrigue in its wake. Yet through it all, Chan's wisdom and perseverance had prevailed, bringing clarity to a world shrouded in shadows. As he prepared to return to his family life, Chan contemplated the lessons learned from the case. The interplay of fate and human nature, the power of secrets and lies, and the enduring quest for truth were all themes that resonated with him. With a peaceful Hawaiian sunrise as his backdrop, Chan knew that future mysteries awaited, each offering new challenges and opportunities for reflection. In closing, the case of Sheila Feain served as a reminder of the complexities of human nature and the enduring allure of mystery. As readers, we are invited to ponder the motives and actions of those involved, to consider the impact of secrets and lies, and to reflect on the nature of justice itself. Through the lens of Charlie Chan's investigation, we gain insight into the timeless dance of truth and deception, and the unyielding pursuit of justice that defines the human experience. As the first light of dawn painted the sky with hues of pink and orange, Charlie Chan stood on the veranda of his Hawaiian home, watching the waves gently kiss the shore. The tranquility of the scene was a stark contrast to the chaos and danger that had recently engulfed his life. The murder of Sheila Feain had been a complex web of motives, secrets, and human frailties, and now, with the case resolved, Chan found himself in a contemplative state. The gentle breeze carried the scent of salt and hibiscus, a reminder of the island's natural beauty that seemed to promise renewal and peace. Yet, even in this serene setting, Chan's mind was a whirlpool of thoughts. The complexities of the case had been immense, each clue a thread in a tapestry of human emotion and fate. As he reflected on the intricate dance of justice and chance, he he recognized that while justice had been served, the emotional scars remained for those involved. Chan's thoughts drifted to the nature of mystery itself. Mysteries, he mused, are not confined to the past. They are living, breathing entities, constantly evolving and presenting new challenges. The resolution of one mystery often only serves to illuminate the shadows of others, yet to be uncovered. In this moment of reflection, Chan acknowledged the inevitability of future challenges, each one a puzzle waiting to be solved. As if sensing his introspection, Chan's children joined him on the veranda, their laughter a melody that filled the air with warmth and love. This familial presence was a grounding force for Chan, reminding him of his dual role as both a detective and a family man. The contrast between the cold calculations of murder and the warmth of familial love highlighted the duality that defined his life. His professional pursuits were significant, but they were not his entirety. His family provided the emotional anchor that gave his life depth and meaning. In this peaceful moment, a subtle shift occurred in the narrative. Chan reached into his pocket and pulled out a letter, its presence a gentle nudge toward future mysteries. The letter was from an old friend in San Francisco, speaking of strange occurrences and an unsolved case that might require Chan's expertise. This correspondence served as a narrative bridge, seamlessly connecting the resolution of the current mystery with the promise of new adventures. It was a reminder that while one chapter had closed, the book of life continued, filled with untold stories and uncharted paths. Chan's mind raced with anticipation. The prospect of a new mystery was both exhilarating and daunting. Each case was a journey into the unknown, a test of his skills and intuition. Yet, it was this very uncertainty that fueled his passion for detective work. The thrill of the chase, the satisfaction of piecing together disparate clues to uncover the truth, was a calling he could not ignore. His internal monologue was interrupted by the sound of his children's laughter, a joyful reminder of the present moment. While mysteries were an integral part of his life, they were not its entirety. The laughter of his children was a testament to the simple joys that lay beyond the complexities of his work. This duality of Chan's life was what made him a compelling character, a man of intellect and emotion, driven by both duty and love. As the sun continued its ascent, casting a golden glow over the beach, Chan felt a sense of closure and satisfaction from the resolved mystery. Yet, there was a lingering anticipation for future stories. The transition from the intense mystery to this peaceful epilogue was smooth and natural, maintaining the storytelling tone that had captivated readers throughout the book. This subchapter was essential, as it not only wrapped up the narrative, but also set the stage for future adventures, ensuring that Charlie Chan's world remained vibrant and full of potential mysteries. The key to understanding the enduring appeal of mysteries lies in their ability to mirror the unpredictability of life itself. Each mystery is a microcosm of the human experience, filled with twists, turns, and revelations. They challenge our perceptions, test our reasoning, and ultimately offer a deeper understanding of the world and ourselves. Chan's reflections on fate and human nature were not just idle musings, but a profound acknowledgement of the complexities that define our existence. Beyond the immediate satisfaction of solving a case, there was a deeper, more introspective journey. Chan's ability to navigate the murky waters of human motives and emotions was a testament to his wisdom and insight. His reflections served as a reminder that while the pursuit of justice was paramount, it was equally important to understand the broader context of human actions and the forces that drive them. Here's an example. Consider the case of Sheila Feain, a Hollywood actress whose life was a tapestry of ambition, love, and fear. Her murder was not just a crime to be solved, but a window into the complexities of human relationships and the shadows that lurk beneath the surface of glamour and fame. Chan's investigation revealed not only the identity of the murderer, but also the hidden truths about those involved, their desires, and their regrets. This multifaceted approach to mystery solving is what sets Chan apart, allowing him to uncover not just the how and why, but the deeper who of human nature. The core principle is that mysteries are more than puzzles to be solved. They are stories to be understood. Each clue is a piece of a larger narrative, each suspect a character with their own story to tell. Chan's ability to weave these elements together into a cohesive whole is what makes his investigations so compelling. His reflections on the case of Sheila Feain were not just about solving a murder, but about understanding the human condition and the forces that shape our destinies. As the chapter drew to a close, Chan felt a renewed sense of purpose. The mysteries of the world were waiting, each one a challenge to be met with courage and insight. His thoughts were a blend of anticipation and readiness, a recognition that while the path ahead was uncertain, he was prepared to face whatever mysteries may come his way. The laughter of his children was a gentle reminder that while mysteries were an integral part of his life, they were not its entirety. This balance between professional duty and personal fulfillment was the essence of Chan's character, a testament to his authenticity and growth. In the end, readers are left with a sense of closure and satisfaction from the resolved mystery, yet a lingering anticipation for future stories. The transition from the intense mystery to the peaceful epilogue is smooth and natural, maintaining the storytelling tone that has captivated readers throughout the book. This subchapter is essential as it not only wraps up the narrative, but also sets the stage for future adventures, ensuring that Charlie Chan's world remains vibrant and full of potential mysteries.